Arlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic. It's time now for Cuz Radio.
What up, Cuz?
Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding?
Talking with the Cuz.
Yo, Cuz, how you doing?
Stairs rips one into the night.
Stolen by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Way rock the baby to sleep and slam dunk.
Look, Cuz, don't even try it, okay?
Now here's Anthony Gargano.
Why don't you get the hell out of here, Cuz?
And a good Friday morning, Philadelphia. I'm Andrew Salchunas alongside Jamie Lynch. Jamie, happy MLB slop season, dude.
Yeah, and it's a good day because the Phillies returned to my life.
Yes.
And all of our lives, and that's a good thing. I miss them every year.
Of course, they're back today.
And then the piggies got a little slop in the trough last night.
So
how could you not love that?
What's your average Thursday 8:40, 8:45 looking like? Like, what do you think you're normally doing on a Thursday night around 8:45?
Hopefully out of my daughter's bedroom at that point,
Yep.
because you'll learn, well, at least our daughter, the bedroom time just grows and grows and grows.
Yeah.
And once they learn delay tactics.
He's still pretty good on.
Yeah.
Like,
well, Paige is
we
the
put
best.
him
She
down.
walks in and just points to the crib, and you just put her down and you're done.
Oh, that's awesome.
So hopefully I'm out of my daughter's bedroom. Usually I'm sitting down watching the Phillies.
Yeah.
Scrolling Twitter. But yeah, not expecting slop.
You're not expecting a freaking John Heyman slop bomb at 8:40 on a Thursday night where he says the Phillies will be in play for Juan Soto.
I love what John Middleton is becoming, and that's basically modern day George Steinbrenner.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care.
Steve Cohen, you got billions? You worth 17 bill?
So do
I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll spend
I might
it
not
all.
be 17 bill, but I got a lot of money.
I'm going to go grab the Friedrich Morgan guy, get some more cash flow coming in here, and let's just spend, baby.
And it's really funny because after the All-Star game, Juan Soto was on the podium with Big Papi and A-Rod and Jeter, and he came up that he was flying back with the Phillies brass, right? Whoever was at the All-Star game festivities, Rob Thompson, Nick Castellanos, Craig Kimbrell, and I'm sure there was somebody involved with the Phillies on the jet back to Philadelphia because the Phillies begin a series with the Padres tonight. I thought that was nothing, right? I was like, well, it probably happens all the time. It's kind of like a courtesy thing, like, hey, you're playing here, just hop on board with us.
So Pat brought up a really good point because Soto is a Boris agent, and when who is it? Peter Angelos? Are they still the owners of the Nationals? I think wouldn't send him private to the All-Star game a couple of years ago, and Boris basically called it out as Bush League.
Yeah.
So John Middleton, being the great owner that he is,
hey, why don't you fly back on my jet?
Hey Scott, I'd love your client to. We're going to the same place. Do you want to ride?
Yeah.
And he knows it's probably Juan's probably wants to go to the beach and chill for a day or two before heading out east. But it doesn't matter.
He's got the Schuylkill River to hang out at.
Yeah. John Middleton knew that, Scott Boras, that means something to him and his clients. So if you can start greasing the wheels early, why not?
So at 8:40 last night, John Heyman tweets the following. It was with a link to the story. Very early speculation has Philly with its ex-Nats connection and free agent record as a potential eventual landing spot for Juan Soto, plus many trade notes from around the league. So here's the question. Do you just jump in now and make the trade? Because it seems like when you read the story, I think he was meaning more so free agency in a year and a half. But the Padres are scuffling. The Phillies could bury them this weekend. And
that's wild.
If the Phillies knock them down to 8, 9, 10 games out of the wild card, you don't let them leave. Start making phone calls now. You don't have to make a phone call.
Well, Johan Rojas coming up is it an injury replacement or is it a
Pache's injured.
Possible showcase?
Maybe it's a possible showcase because Juan Soto is going to cost you a lot.
$450 million.
Oh, I'm not just talking money.
In future money,
I'm talking prospects. It's not going to be Nolan Arenado where it might be Bohm and maybe two higher end prospects. Juan Soto is going to cost you a lot more because of his age, because of his star power. And you know what's beautiful? He now does not kill you defensively. He's not the greatest outfielder, but he's not Kyle Schwarber. You make the trade for Juan Soto, Your outfield is Pache, Marsh, Soto. Harper's playing first base. Kyle Schwarber's now your DH, which you've been asking for months.
God, please.
Yeah, let's do it right now. What an incredible moment last night when John Heyman puts that tweet out. Phillies begin a 4-game series with the Padres tonight. Just please bury the Padres and get to talking.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Mostly it's exciting because, the Phillies aren't satisfied yet. Like, they've signed some of the biggest free agent names that have existed the last 3 and 4 years. Schwarber, Castellanos, doesn't matter. Get both. Trey Turner, you have Bryce. And this is the effect of Bryce Harper. Like, and look, Bryce Harper is Scott Boras. Mm-hmm. And Scott Boras probably values Bryce Harper, I would think, is his most important client, or certainly up there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Top 2 or 3. And if he can attract other Scott Boras clients here, by the name of Juan Soto, who you could have at age 25 or possibly 26, 27 if you get him in free agency.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. So
it's turning Bryce Harper into the greatest signing the city's ever had.
Yeah, because of the draw.
If he's going to attract Trey Turner and Juan Soto and all these other stars, and they see Philadelphia in the playoffs on TV and they go, hot damn, I want to play there.
And Trey Turner attracts Juan Soto. Juan Soto was at one of the Dodgers playoff games wearing a Trey Turner jersey sitting behind home plate. Like, they're buddies.
Yeah.
Like, Trey Turner went over him pregame. They hugged it out, all that kind of stuff. Like, they're friends. So now you have Bryce Harper here. You have Trey Turner here. Oh, by the way, Juan Soto from the DR, had to change his life to play with the Nationals. That's 90 minutes south. It's not that big of a change of scenery coming up north, right? I read a story, in John Heyman's story, there are scouts who actually believe maybe San Diego is too far away from home. And that may be why he's struggling a little bit. Look, Johnny Gaudreau, perfect example. Johnny Gaudreau want to be home closer to his family, right?
Yeah, it depends on the person. It's not a guarantee they want to be home, but
he wanted to.
Yeah, and Trey Turner, they said, was a Florida kid. He wanted the East Coast again. And
so maybe Juan Soto goes, all right, well, I want to be back east because that's easier for me to get home. Instead of me being all the way out in San Diego, I'd come back to Philadelphia. That'd be great. And it's not that much different than D.C. And as we see on the board here, Juan Soto was not only at that game in the Trey Turner jersey, he was sitting next to Kevin Long.
Yeah, my buddy was texting me last night.
So is Kevin Long also a big
Kevin
piece?
Long's on the flight, on the private jet home going, Juan, you'll love it here,
bro.
Man.
I'll fix that swing up.
You got to get that roast pork.
Is Kevin Long Jeff Stoutland?
Yeah, I know. Right?
Like, is he like that cult guy that people around the league just know about and respect? It's clearly.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Like, Juan Soto, bring him home now. I don't understand why anybody would be afraid to give up prospects for Juan Soto. I heard Tyrone talking about this yesterday. He was spot on. He thought when the Nolan Arenado report kind of came out there, the rumor that everybody would just be a universal yes. And he said there were people like really upset on social media about trading Alec Boehm. Like, you shouldn't think twice about this.
Not even
I love Alec Boehm. He seems like a great kid. But Alec Boehm is not Nolan Arenado. Whatever prospect you have to give up for Juan Soto, I guarantee you they will never be as good as he is. Sixto Sanchez did not become Pedro Martinez.
No, he may never pitch again.
He may never pitch again, and you got one of the best catchers in all of baseball.
So Joe Keller raises a good point on Twitter here. Should the fans go into the game this weekend give him a standing ovation?
Absolutely, yes. I want it to be like what we did for Dame Lillard. Now, look, it's not going to work. Dame Lillard's going to go to Miami, but remember the chance of we want Dame. We want Soto? Do it.
Yeah.
I give the Mariners,
I support that.
Mariners fans a lot of credit. During the All-Star game, when Shohei was up to bat, they were chanting, like, come to Seattle. Like, that's smart. That's a smart fan base.
But if you do cheer him when he's up at bat this weekend and he does get a hit, then you got to boo him. To let him know.
And he'll smile, and he'll be like, wow, this place is really cool.
Yeah, like make the place nuts for him this weekend. Dude, I think it'd be awesome.
Let's do it. Juan Soto to Philadelphia. Please make it happen, John Middleton.
I'm greedy.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? It's not my money.
This is a microwave society. Damn right it is. I want my championship now. 610-632-0975. Jamie mentioned Johan Rojas. We'll get into him a little bit coming up next.
Exciting.
Because the Phillies are calling up one of their top prospects.
I just want to see when he steps into the batter's box, does he look like he belongs?
Yeah, I love that. No, I absolutely love that.
If he shows like he belongs, I'm excited by this game.
Yeah, me too. Also, we'll play a little audio right out of the commercial break that's going to bring back a lot of memories for you. teaser. It's Phillies Padres related. 610-632-0975. He's Jamie Lynch. I'm Andrew Salchunas. Got a lot in store for you today. Buster Olney at 11:30. Kevin Negandhi at 12:30. John Brazier at 1. All right here. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Makes sense in that regard. But yeah, it's not typical Phillies move to call up a kid from Double-A like this.
No, especially somebody young, because they're always afraid to start the control period. Like normally, I feel like the Phillies would just recall Jay Cave back up.
Yeah,
who's been hitting the ball like crazy in the minors.
He has been doing well,
but he may just have lost a step, and maybe he can't hit major league pitching anymore. But usually, you bring Jay Cave back up. They're bringing up their sixth highest prospects. Right?
Yeah,
and that doesn't happen with the Phillies.
No, and it wouldn't have happened under McPhail and Clentak.
Absolutely
and Dombrowski and Mattingly and all these guys, the guy from the Rays whose name I
know you're talking about.
I can't register yet. They're because look, the Rays had a lot of success just going and trusting their farm system and giving kids opportunities, and maybe that's something he's doing here in the front office. Going, Dave, let's get Rojas up here and one, showcase him. Two, get a little taste.
That's the big one, the showcase.
Get a little taste of major league pitching, under his belt. And like at this point, he's dominating Double-A.
Yes,
power, average, stealing bases.
He's incredible in the outfield.
He was on SportsCenter top 10 not that long ago, making a diving catch. So yeah, it is outside the box, and that's what you need is to supplement your stars with homegrown talent. You can't do it all through free agency and trades, as the Yankees would tell you. Like all those years of buying everyone didn't necessarily work out all the time for them. You need that homegrown supplemental chain coming up, and you do have
what
it.
If Rojas becomes Juan Soto?
Yeah,
and you're doing it.
But then you got Bohm and you got Kingery and you got some of these guys where it's like becomes a 50-50 mix, and it's a good thing.
It's an absolute great thing.
I hope Rojas plays this weekend because I want to see him play.
I hope so too.
Play him on the doubleheader day.
Well, maybe that's part of it.
Yeah,
you're not going to play Marsh, Castellanos. I don't know. The lineup's going to come out later on today for game one.
I'm just happy they're back.
Is Harper playing first base? Like, are we? Like,
no,
let's
I
go?
heard the original timeline was the end of this month, early August. So I'd be shocked if he's ready yet.
Yeah, but Bryce, if it's anybody, it's Bryce Harper that would come early.
Yeah,
but so your outfield of Marsh, and you're going to get a Schwarber game, obviously in the outfield. Castellanos, they're not going to play 18 innings on Saturday.
No. So Rojas will probably
They're not going to play 36 innings in a span of 3 days. So he's going to have to play at some point, and that's awesome. That's something to be excited for.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking forward to it.
Hopefully it'll be Saturday afternoon when I'm there for game one of the doubleheader.
Yeah.
Let the young kid go out in the heat. He's
seriously.
young. He can handle it.
Brandon Marsh is still in daycare, but you get out there, kid.
Give him a shot. 610-632-0975. So we're reacting to the report from John Heyman just out of nowhere. We talk about weekend news dump, right? Usually teams drop stuff on Fridays so that we don't really talk about it that much over the weekend. John Heyman drops a bombshell at 8:40 on a Thursday night that the Phillies could be in on Juan Soto come free agency time. But my question is, why wouldn't you just go after him now? If you're expecting to sign him at some point, do it now. Screw it. Like I don't care about prospects. I will say it until I'm blue in the face. Prospects mean nothing to me unless it means I'm getting a star player in return.
Yeah. I mean, what
prospect that they've traded away has really panned out to be anything?
J.P. Crawford looks like he's an everyday player.
Okay.
That's all I got for you.
Okay, thanks. Lou Marson, Kyle Drabeck.
Yeah.
Donald.
I mean, Zach Eflin you traded for, so yeah. I mean, not much.
Not much at all. So get me the freaking proven superstar.
Well, I think that's
Juan Soto.
I think that's what John Middleton believes in these days,
and I love that. Keep believing in that, John Middleton. Don't leave that course. Stick there. 610-632-0975. Also, Dan Plesac saying the Phillies should or will be in play for Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani, screw it.
Just throws that out there.
Just the modern day like Babe Ruth or whatever the hell he is.
I'd be open to it.
Yeah, whatever.
Let's go to our buddy Tasty Cake Dom. What's up, Dom?
Andrew, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Hey, Jane.
Hey, what's up, Dom?
Good. Working. I just wanted to debate with you a little. You go 2011, greatest team ever?
I said you could make the case as the greatest team in Phillies franchise history. You look at the pitching staff and then also in the lineup. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because, 1980, you got the greatest third baseman ever.
Yeah.
And also, you got the greatest leadoff hitter ever. And you have the third best. You go Lefty Grove, Sandy Koufax, Carlton, right?
Yeah.
Left-handed pitchers. That's all. That's three Hall of Famers. And, well, Rose isn't in there, but I mean,
he should be.
pretty loaded as well. That's pretty loaded as well. But 2011 was pretty loaded. 1978 was pretty loaded too. Yeah, I would go 1980. I just wanted to.
Yeah, and look, it could be. I mean, they won too, which also helps your argument. Whereas the Phillies in 2011 didn't. But I just go Halladay, Lee, Hamels, Oswalt. Cole Hamels was your number 3 in the rotation.
Yeah, that's they should have won.
They should have won. It freaking sucks that they didn't.
Top to bottom, that's definitely the greatest pitching staff in Phillies history. I mean, they were.
Oh yeah, it's not even close. And then and then you look around the diamond, like Jimmy Rollins could make the case, greatest shortstop in Phillies franchise history. Chase Utley at second.
He is.
Ryan Howard it's a tough conversation. Didn't play long enough, but you know.
Would you go? Let me ask you this, James. Would you go Rose or Ryan Howard?
I go Pete Rose. I'll jump in there, but go ahead.
In terms of what, just overall,
like their career, it's Pete Rose.
Yeah, I mean it's the hit.
Who's the better player?
I mean you got to give it to the hit king.
Yeah, it's Pete Rose.
Yeah.
But Ryan Howard was pretty damn good.
He was pretty great for about 5 years. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean he was.
He's definitely underrated. I'll give you this, Andrew.
Yep.
I think Ryan Howard's underrated.
Oh, for sure.
I'll say that as a great Philly. But it's just interesting. I love. I could debate this kind of stuff all day.
Oh, I know. I mean, I love it.
Wrong. It's just I love. As soon as you said that, I sat down in my truck. I was like, I got to call Andrew right on that.
That's fine. These are the great barroom conversations, Dom. I appreciate the call, but dude, you can make the case now, just on paper. This team's up there. This current team is up there. When I give you JT Realmuto, now again, we had this conversation pre-Hoskins injury, right? JT, Hoskins, Stott, Turner. Bohm kind of, I don't want to say he brings it down, but he's not, Mike Schmidt. He's not Polanco.
Yeah.
But Schwarber, Castellanos, Harper.
Yeah.
And the rotation of Wheeler, Nola, all before the season started.
What was Buster sad about the pitching rotation the other day? The best in baseball by over a half run ERA since like mid-June or something like that?
So his tweet that he put out 2 nights ago, and by the way, Buster Olney is going to be joining the show coming up at 11:30. Philly since June 3rd, 23-9, win-loss. That's their win-loss record. 2.96 ERA, more than half a run better than any other team. They're 8th in scoring in that stretch. And he followed up with, they feel like they have a lot of offensive upside in front of them with an expectation that Turner will have a better second half. And Harper will hit for power. Dombrowski will add at the deadline. A dangerous team. Now, I can't wait to talk to him because what is adding? Is adding at the deadline...
They're definitely going to add bullpen.
Yeah, but is it like, that's a nice depth piece?
Yeah, I think that's all that is. I mean, especially with Alvarado.
Or is it Juan Soto? That's obviously the lead question with him. Like, is Juan Soto going to be on the move and are the Phillies going to be in?
San Diego won't be able to answer that for probably another week and a half or two. We're basically 2 weeks out from the deadline. I would imagine this weekend and the following week is a huge factor in determining how much they're going to...
Yeah, if they start falling apart,
does Johan Rojas come up and look like De La Cruz, where it's like everybody's chomping at the bit to get this kid?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You look at the Padres schedule. When is the actual date for the trade deadline?
I believe it's like August 4th.
The trade deadline is 18 days away. So
August 1st, Tuesday, August 1st.
Okay, the Padres play the Phillies for 4, then the Blue Jays for 3 in Toronto. So that's going to be tough for San Diego. 3 in Detroit against the Tigers, which they should win that series. 3 at home against the Pirates, who've been a fun little team this year. Then they host the Rangers. That's going to be tough for them. And then they enter the trade deadline against the Rockies. If they don't really gain much ground, which they might not. Like if the Phillies take 3 or 4 in this series, and then you're coming out of the All-Star break, right? You're probably having that team meeting of, all right, let's start the second half strong. And what if the Phillies just beat them up? That locker room is already in shambles. It's been reported that locker room is a mess.
It's awesome.
So what if all of a sudden it gets to the point where Juan Soto goes, man, that was a fun plane ride home with Castellanos and Craig Kimbrell and Rob Thompson and Kevin Long and Caleb Cotham.
I feel like John Middleton's John Lovitz in The Wedding Singer right now. Like he's losing his mind.
And I'm reaping
all the benefits.
I mean, maybe. And so if you start getting ahead of it now,
So the only thing is with this third wild card team, they are only 6.5 back. If you take 3 of 4, 8.5, 9 games back, 2 weeks, a week and a half out of the deadline, is that enough?
10 games, that's a huge hill to climb.
It is, but you still have the full month. You still have 2 months of baseball. It can be
but
done.
At some point, when? The Phillies got hot last year in June. They have to get hot now, mid-July.
Yeah.
If the Phillies knock them down to 8.5, 9 games back, and all of a sudden you're in the final week of July.
But if I'm San Diego and I'm the ownership or GM out there, I'm looking at it and I'm going, all right, it's Milwaukee, Philadelphia, San Fran, Arizona, Miami that I have to catch. That's my competition. Do you really believe San Fran is a surefire playoff team? Is Arizona? They've come back down to earth.
They've come back down to earth, yeah.
Are they a surefire playoff team? Miami, you can even say the same thing. They're a good team. I'm not trying to discredit them, but if I'm San Diego, I might be pumping the internal belief that we can still make a run at this.
Yeah, probably. I've said from the beginning, 2 NL West teams, 2 NL East teams, because you're going to have the division winners and then a wild card team from each division. And then it's either going to be a third NL East team or a third NL West team.
Phillies are currently
because the Central's not going to have a wild card team. The Central's just whoever wins the division.
Most likely, but the Brewers are tied. As good as we think the Phillies are, the Brewers are actually
I just don't believe in the Brewers.
a win really better in the stand column.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm San Diego, I don't think I'm blowing it up yet, but I'm really curious to see what Buster has to say about this.
Can't
and
wait to talk to
Ohtani
him,
and Arenado and Goldschmidt. There's a lot of big names out there that could potentially be on the block.
He'll be joining the show coming up at 11:30. We want to take your calls at 610-632-0975. Now, coming up next, we have the Vault at 11 o'clock, which is always a great time of the day.
Dickie Dunn.
But we're going to do something different also before the Vault that we're going to incorporate the rest of the show. Ray had a tremendous idea before our 3-week stretch together.
He's trying to kill us with robots, I think.
Yes, he is.
That's the plan.
So Ray had an idea about Jamie and I, and Ray, I want you involved in this too, going up against Chat GPT. If you don't know what Chat GPT is, I'll explain all about it coming up on the other side, but it's basically...
It's the thing that's going to kill our race and our civilization.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's AI, it's artificial intelligence, and it has all the data in the internet.
It's here for our souls.
So you can ask it a question on anything, and it will give you what the internet believes is the most credible answer. And so we're going to have some fun with that. We're going to do some of our top lists in sports versus Chat GPTs, all right?
Oh, boy.
So we're going to see how we stand against the internet, and we want you involved in this as well. 610-632-0975. He's Jamie Lynch. I'm Andrew Salchunas, filling in for the Cuz. One more day. I'll be back on Monday right here, 97.5 The Fanatic. It's Andrew here. If you're thinking about getting engaged, well, I know you want to get the best ring possible, right? She's going to say yes to you because she likes you and all, and she probably wants to marry you, but really she's going to say yes to the ring. She's going to look at the ring, and if it's good enough for her, that's what she's going to say yes to, and I know we're going to get that. Family and Company Jewelers. And they're going to walk you through every step of the process. I guarantee that you're going to walk out with the ring that she's going to be proud to show off to her friends and family for a very long time, and it's going to be good enough for her to say yes to you. You have to see my man Angelo and the team at Family Company Jewelers. Angelo has been with me every step of the way through some of the biggest moments of my life. Engagement ring, wedding band, anniversary gift, first Mother's Day gift. He has been tremendous every step of the way. Every time I come home from Family Company Jewelers, Christy has a smile on her face. So make sure you check them out. And also, look, shopping local, it's important. Family Company Jewelers has been South Jersey's diamond destination for over 80 years, and they have more than 1,000 5-star reviews from all their satisfied customers, and I'm one of them. So if you're getting engaged, go to Family Company Jewelers on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, and make sure you tell them Andrew sent you.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies are back tonight. I'm Ray Dunn. This update's brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. You may always need a new water heater, but when you do, choose Bradford White. The Phillies return from the All-Star break tonight. They host the Padres at 6:05. Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phils, opposed by Yu Darvish for the Padres. Johan Rojas was called up as Christian Pache hit the IL today. Drew Ellis also brought up to replace Josh Harrison on the roster. This is the Padres' first visit to Citizens Bank Park since the Phillies beat them last fall in the NLCS. The summer 76ers back in action tonight following a 99-98 loss last night to the Hawks. Jaden Springer with a big night last night, 29 points, 11 for 11 from the free throw line, knocked down a pair of threes. Tonight's game, 5 o'clock on ESPN2. The Union host NYCFC on Saturday. The Union coming off a 2-0 win in Nashville on Wednesday. You catch the match on 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app. Paul Reed is going to bang the drum before the game. He sat down with the morning show. You catch that conversation at 97.5thefanatic.com. This update's also brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org. Keep it locked right here for all the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
When you hear the words cancer research, what do you think of? Do you think of clinical trials, new treatment protocols? Well, I think of all the lives that are going to be saved, like mine will be. Let me tell you something. The next big cancer breakthrough's out there. That's why I'm proud to have teamed up with the American Association for Cancer Research since we launched the John Kincaid Show, and now they've launched the John Kincaid Scholarship Fund that supports the next generation of cancer research scientists. As a 2-time cancer survivor, soon to be a 3, I've seen what happens when research teams have the opportunity and the resources to explore their ideas. This will be my 3rd cancer journey, and I'm aware the treatments and protocols that I will benefit from originated with an idea, a theory, a scientist, a researcher, and I'm not taking it for granted. When you donate to the John Kincaid Scholarship Fund, you're going to help young minds follow in the footsteps to be able to help others enjoy the same dream that I have right now. Discover the next big cancer breakthrough by helping out with the AACR. AACR.org/fanatic, and I certainly appreciate it. AACR.org/fanatic, because cancer research saves lives.
Summertime, baseball and golf season are in full swing, plus so much more. BetParx is an official betting operator of the PGA Tour. It's a great time of year. Plus, the BetParx Casino and Sportsbook app follows you to the shore and the mountains. Get in on the action all summer long, whether you're on the beach, the boat, or the boardwalk. Bet while you're on the lake and the Poconos. BetParx has you covered. It's all right in the palm of your hand. Odds, bets, slots, and games. Download the BetParx Casino and Sportsbook app right now. Check out live in-game betting, same-game parlays, teasers, and more. Bet more than the score. Bet player performances. Bet hits, home runs, and strikeouts in baseball. All new users bet $10 and get $125 in sportsbook bonus if your first bet wins. Get in on the action all summer long. BetParx has you covered. BetParx.com has terms and conditions. New users and winning bets only. Sports bonus bet must be wagered once. See website for details. Must be 21 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're so beautiful. Every time I walk by, I take a peek, but have to look away. One day, I'll face my fear.
Sir, who are you talking to?
Daydreaming about your dream car? Not anymore. With us, it's reality.
Start living the dream at Apollo Auto Sales, the best used cars in New Jersey. See the inventory and get trade-in values online today at apollopreowned.com.
I just had the best experience. My daughter went to the doctor and everything she needed was covered.
Everything? What insurance do you have?
Kids Partners, the CHIP plan from Health Partners Plans. It covers doctor and dentist appointments, ER visits, prescriptions, and more. Plus, my daughter can also get a new pair of glasses. They even offer free gym memberships.
Visit hpplans.com or call 866-599-0809 to learn more about Kids Partners, proudly owned by Jefferson Health.
O'Reilly. Stay cool this summer with AC Pro and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after mail-in rebate with the purchase of select AC Pro ready-to-use refrigerant products that include a hose and gauge. Beat the heat before you hit the road with AC Pro at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Hey, it's Ricky Bo here to tell you about an event for true Phillies fans. It's the Authentic Expo, and it's coming to Philadelphia August 11th and 12th at the DoubleTree Hotel, Philly Airport. 2 days of sports cards, memorabilia, and autographs featuring more than 25 legendary Phillies alumni guests. I'm talking Charlie Manuel, John Kruk, Gary Maddox, and more. I'm excited to be there, and 97.5 The Fanatic will be broadcasting live on Saturday morning, August 12th. Don't miss it. The Authentic Expo, August 11th and 12th. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit AuthenticExpo.com.
This month at AAA Car Care Centers, everyone can save $70 on select sets of 4 Nokian tires. Plus, get a free standard oil change with your tire purchase. Only at AAA Car Care Centers. See store for details or visit AAA.com/mycar.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
$10:50, 97.5 The Fanatic. Andrew Salchunas alongside Jamie Lynch. Final day for us together. Anthony will be back tomorrow after his incredible vacation in Italy. Can't wait to hear all about it.
Yeah, I was texting with him yesterday.
Monday. Yeah, so we had a question for him about his top 5 cookies because we got into the oatmeal raisin cookie debate.
Yeah.
And he tried to give you 5.
Yeah, he said his answer was chocolate chip.
Yeah.
Christmas cookies. I don't eat them, but I like looking at them. I don't think I can name 5 cookies.
So he went through 2, Ray. Anthony gave
one of which he doesn't eat. Yeah. So
he just looks at them?
He just looks at
he
them.
Said he likes looking at Christmas cookies.
Because he gets happy. He loves the holidays. So, I'm sure it's just seeing the green and red sugar on top.
Those things are good.
Happy. Yeah, they're good.
Because they're basically sugar cookies with colored sprinkles
they're quality.
on them.
They're quality.
Better than oatmeal raisin.
That's not true. All right, so Ray, you had this incredible idea before we got together for this 3-week stretch. You were going to ask random questions to Chat GPT. Now, if you're just tuning in and you don't really know what it is, it's an AI chat bot. And they have the internet. It's the database. And I watched Ray. I never did it before. Have you ever done it?
No, I have not. My wife tinkered around with it with some of the teachers at school.
Okay.
To see what, we're kind of all up against. Can we defeat the evil army?
Ray asked a question. 3-paragraph answer in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome and
freaking terrifying.
Also kind of terrifying. I watched the 60 Minutes piece on the Google, whatever their version is called.
Yeah.
And it's amazing and also scary.
Oh, terrifying.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to give you the perfect answer on any question that you ask. So for an example, if I were to ask who are the top 10 NBA players of all time? And I would want you, so this is what we're going to do. Ray's going to ask us a question. We're going to write down our list and then see what Chat GPT says. So I asked Chat GPT earlier today, who are the top 10 NBA players of all time? Or do you want to try to take a guess at what it said?
Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, Elgin Baylor.
That's the first one you are.
Or no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean Elgin Baylor. I meant Oscar Robertson.
No, so it's 0 for 2 there.
Oh.
So and they went in order. Jordan, number 1. LeBron, number 2.
LeBron, obviously, yeah.
Kobe was 3. Magic was 4. Larry Bird, 5. Kareem, 6th. Wilt, 7th. Shaq, 8th. Tim Duncan, 9th.
Well, if you qualify winning, five rings is certainly worthy of the case.
And Hakeem Olajuwon was 10th.
I was going to say Hakeem, but just because I was trying to think like the computer would.
Right. So we're trying to figure out what their answers would be, and I don't know exactly what qualifies it. Right, like you said, winning's probably a big part of it. Statistics is a big part of it
because the computer's not. They're trying to. I guess I assume emotion is all taken out of it, so it's just about winning.
Right. They don't go. The loser wouldn't play in this era.
Yeah. So Tim Duncan, 5 is what? Where does he rank all? I'm surprised Bill Russell doesn't qualify.
Not even on it. Yeah,
because 11 rings.
But they had Wilt on there. And people always say that Bill Russell was better than Wilt.
Wow, that's not true. He won more
Chat
than Wilt.
GPT, man.
Interesting, yeah.
So we have the vault in 7 minutes. So we're going to do this first. You have your show sheet. Need a pen? Cuz?
I got a pen. Hold
All
on.
right,
I'm a pensman.
Look, there's pens right here.
No, I don't want that pen. I got good pens.
There you go. Ray, ask the first question or give us a question that you asked Chat GPT earlier today, and we'll try to see where we compare with the internet.
All right, let's start with what are the 5 best moments in Phillies history?
All right, 5 best moments in Phillies history. I imagine 2 have to be World Series.
Yeah, 80 and 08 definitely have to be on there.
Can I,
2011, I'm going to say is on there.
But moments, not teams. Moments.
I guess the franchise mark for wins, right? Was that 102 wins?
Wasn't that I guess.
Look, most of the Phillies' existence is depressing. So I'm
right. 15 playoff appearances.
Yeah. There's going to be something old school that I don't remember. I don't know, like Steve Carlton's something or other, like an individual performance. Or maybe Mike Schmidt going 500 home runs.
That's a good one.
I would put that on there. That's kind of 5.
Put down your 5.
Schmidt 500. All right. There's got to be a no-hitter or...
So I have the Holiday perfect game on mine. But is the no-hitter in the NLDS bigger than the perfect game in the regular season?
I would think...
Trying to think what the internet says because of win probability. Playoff team better than the Marlins.
I will go perfect. It's the only perfect game.
I'd put down perfect game.
It's the only perfect game. Or did Jim Bunning throw
Jim
one?
Bunning had one. Father's Day.
Yeah, so there's 2. So I don't know if that Roy Halladay is going to make it. All right, I'll go with the Halladay. Game for lack of.
So I have both World Series victories,
Yes.
80 and 08. I have the Rollins walk-off against the Dodgers, and here's the reason why. It's the highest change in win probability in Phillies franchise history. Like they were down to their final strike, 2 outs.
And
it was the highest change in win probability. Harper's 8th inning home run I have on here. And then the Halladay perfect game. So, Ray, what did the bots respond with?
All right, I'll give you their moments and their explanation.
Oh, okay. There's explanation. See, dude, that's how crazy this is. It's also firing out explanations.
So we'll start at number 5. Ryan Howard's 2006 MVP season. In 2006, Ryan Howard had a remarkable season, hitting 58 home runs and driving in 149 RBIs. His dominant performance earned him the National League Most Valuable Player and solidified his status as one of the game's premier power hitters.
I think the internet's already wrong. Screw the bots.
It was a historically great year.
We're still smarter.
All right. What else?
All right. Number 4, Jim Bunning's A Perfect Game.
Ah, dude. Okay.
Yeah, but I went with Halladay because the internet doesn't know age, though, so.
That's true. Yeah.
Probably should have stayed with Bunning.
All right. Number 3, you guys would never have gotten this in a million years. We could have sat here for 8 hours.
Give me a clue. What is it, like an old thing?
Old school.
Oh, okay.
And you know what? Think about the vault over the last 3 weeks. Phillies pitcher in the vault last 3 weeks. An accomplishment we talked about in the context of today's baseball.
Oh, complete games?
Yes.
What was it?
That Robin Roberts, 28 consecutive complete games, ranks as number 3.
That is a bonker stat.
Yes.
And then the 2 World Series have to be it, right?
You would think, right? He says setting up number 2 being Roy Halladay's postseason no-hitter.
So the postseason no-hitter bigger than the perfect game, which makes sense. It's the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen often.
No.
Like, I know perfect game is perfect, but no-hitter in the playoffs is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
So that's number 2?
If you had to guess, which World Series do you guys think got left off?
08.
Yeah.
08 was left off.
Because of
winning
the Rays.
The 1980 World Series. First ever World Series championship and brought immense joy to the city of Philadelphia.
Is that what it says?
That's what it says.
It brings immense joy. All right, so that's what we're doing on the side today.
What did we bet there? Like 200?
Well, I mean, we're going to throw out a lot of stuff, right?
Sure, but we didn't.
Yeah, you guys batted 200.
We're not speaking computer very well here.
But
I think we batted 200 there. We're Kyle Schwarber.
Look, I was pretty on par with the Roy Halladay thing.
We were close with Halladay Bunning.
So I'm batting 400.
Let's say 300. Let's meet in the middle on that.
All right, let's meet in the middle and say we did 300.
Okay, that
Hall of
sounds
Fame
good.
level.
I'll take Hall of Fame level. level. So we're basically hitting what Johan Rojas is doing in the minors right now. Let me just give this real quick before we get to the vault. Johan Rojas just called up by the Phillies today. Christian Pache to the IL. Rojas this season at 22 years old is hitting .306, 9 home runs, 45 ribbies, 30 stolen bases, 20 doubles, 5 triples, and an OPS of 845.
Seems good.
Yeah, he's having a pretty good season. And I love that the Phillies are not getting in their own way and are calling up a young prospect like what the Braves would do. This is what the Braves would do. Oh, yeah. Our outfielder is hurt? Let's just call up this guy early. And you know what? He's going to be really good, so let's give him a contract early before he's completely outpriced himself, like Ronald Acuna Jr., who the Braves are stealing money from.
Yeah, this is not fair. They can't keep getting away with this.
But they do, because they are the greatest organization in baseball right now, even though they haven't won anything. Phillies.
They won, what?
A couple years ago.
So, 3 years ago.
The Phillies got to the World Series more latest.
Yeah.
610-632-0975 is the number to climb in. It's 11 o'clock. Time now for the vault.
You know, when we began opening this vault nearly 2 hours ago, we had no real idea what we'd find inside. As it turns out, we haven't found very much.
Vault presented by Golden Nugget Jewelers, where Philly gets engaged. What's up, Ray?
All right, today, big day. We've been all fired up about the Phils being back, and I just wanted to relive a little bit of that Padres series. We're going to with moments throughout the show, but there was one thing that I felt I'd be remiss if we didn't bring back, and it's one of the worst things I've ever seen on television, one of the worst things I've ever come up on my timeline, and probably the reason that the Padres lost in 5. I think the Phillies get them any series.
Oh, yeah.
But I blame these guys.
That's what's in.
Philly going down to yellow and brown. That's what's in.
Secondhand embarrassment.
It's so bad.
Padres on the loose. Let's go, Goose. That's what's in. Bryce gonna lose, and Manny's gonna cruise. Give Philly no slack and send them back. That's what's in.
What were they thinking?
You sent back society like 50 years with that.
So cringeworthy.
Like the one guy in the back. Slow down. Like we practiced this, man.
Did they practice?
Probably.
It doesn't seem like
dude,
it.
there's 4 dads that were probably drinking beers watching Padres games, and they're like, "Yo, it'd be great if we came up with a song."
I mean, if their goal was going viral, they succeeded.
It worked.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst things, and I'm glad that the Padres are terrible since then. It's kind of like the Nationals, when the Nationals put out that tweet, and they were like, not so tough of a rivalry, is it? Like the Phillies and Nationals, and since then the Nationals record against the Phillies is like 20 games under 500.
That's awesome.
You know the tweet that people bring up all the time?
Yeah. I think I responded to it, and every time the Phillies beat the Nationals, it gets some more likes on it. Because people go to the original link and just read the replies.
And then now the Padres are falling apart because of that ridiculous song, and I'm sorry to everybody that had to hear it again, but it's memories.
That's what's in.
We had to. Now, which one's worse? The Keith Hernandez discussion of the Phillies and then the Mets falling apart and this year looking like a team that lacks entire fundamentals, or the Padres being bad since that song?
Keith Hernandez, because he gets paid to give opinion.
Okay.
And he was that wrong. I mean, these guys were just knucklehead fans. Because, look, they're not the first group of fans that...
yeah, they could be on a 100 milligram edible and not even know what planet they're on.
Do you remember the terrible Eagles song that somebody did?
Oh, that was down in New Orleans.
Eagles all around.
Yeah,
that one.
it was
so when
pretty
that
bad.
song came out, that's what's in.
I should have known they were going to lose.
I dug through Twitter to find it, the Eagles song, and I quote tweeted it, and I was like, I said something to the extent of, the Eagles lost because of this song. I would not be surprised if the same thing happens for the Padres.
Yeah.
Once you start doing fan songs, you're done.
I blame them chiefly for most of what happened to the Padres. It's definitely a lot of their fault. All right, moving on, more baseball. We just talked about Ryan Howard's 2006 season, which was kind of a coincidence of ChatGPT helping me out here. Today's Tim Hudson's birthday, and he can be remembered as plenty of things as a major league pitcher. To me, he's remembered as the guy that Ryan Howard terrorized in and out every single day. So this is a big day for Howard, where he's got 49 home runs coming in. He faces Tim Hudson 3 times. And, well, just take it away.
Howard's homers are here to cheer on their man.
Ryan with 49 of them to lead the major leagues, 129 RBIs to lead the major leagues in that category. Well hit. Is that number 5-0? It is out of here. 50th home run of the year for Ryan Howard. And this game is tied at 1 as a big guy. There's number 5-0. Continues his torrid pace. No, could this be another one? Could this be? It is way out of here. Into the Braves bullpen, number 51 for Ryan Howard, and the Phillies lead it 5-1. He has just tied Ralph Kiner for most homers in a sophomore season with 51. No doubt about it. I wonder how many T-shirts he's got there. Oh, my. Did he get enough? He sure did. That's 3 for Ryan Howard. Number 52. Change the number out in right field.
So, Ryan, this is Tim Hudson, by the way. Like, he was very, very good.
Yeah, so anytime we get into the vault and a player like that comes up, I always dive into the baseball reference page.
Yeah, and he was very good.
Career 3.49 ERA over 16 seasons.
Yeah, in the early stages of his career, he was with the Athletics, so he was in the AL with the DH.
He had 2.98
universal DH,
2.70, 3.5 his last 3 years in Oakland. He was a beast.
Yeah, he was nasty. So I pulled up Ryan Howard's career numbers against pitchers. Against Tim Hudson in his career, he went 24 for 70, which is a 3.43 average, and on base of 434. 3 doubles, 7 home runs.
Jeez.
20 RBI, 12 walks. He struck out 11 times. So the pitcher that he had the most success against was Tim Hudson.
An on base of 434?
Yeah, pretty good.
Jeez. For a power hitter?
Yeah. He had one guy that he fared better against in his career. Less at-bats, though. He had 8 home runs in just 27 at-bats.
Wow.
Against that Chris Volstad. You remember him?
Barely. Marlins?
Marlins, Cubbies, White Sox, Pirates. Bounced around. But 8 home runs in 27.
Yeah, that's domination.
That's pretty freaking good, man.
He was a pretty good baseball player, that Ryan Howard.
Yeah, it's a shame that didn't last that long.
Stupid Achilles.
Yep.
Now, Connor and I had the conversation as I was prepping this. Could you imagine in today's world, today's baseball, keeping the pitcher in to face Howard a third time after he's gone? I know Tim Hudson had a great career. Part of the Moneyball story that's not told in that movie is that they had one of the great pitching staffs with him and Zito that season, and they were actually very good outside of the whole.
Mulder, Hudson, Zito. Who was the fourth? They had a big 4. Oh God, it's gonna drive me nuts.
I forget.
But could you keeping him in there for a third time to face
ridiculous.
Howard?
It's actually stupid.
Terrible.
Yeah. You know what's stupid? You played the home run, the Bryce Harper home run earlier today, coming out of break. The fact that they didn't go to Hader.
Yes.
Whatever.
It was only the big 3. That was it. Mulder was the third. There wasn't a fourth.
Still pretty damn good, though.
Yeah, it was.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
What's next, Ray?
All right. I'm taking you outside of the sports world for a second, but keeping it within games here. On this day in 1983, Mario got his own game. He broke away from the world of Donkey Kong, and Super Mario Brothers became a thing.
Wow.
We have a 1983 commercial that I was kind of freaked out to find, but hey, this is how they promoted the game in the first year of its existence.
Okay.
Something's coming up, the plumbing for Luigi's in a bind. Giant turtles out to get him, creepy crabs are right behind. Fireflies, cheaper shites, they're all coming out the pipes.
Mario, where are you? It's Atari Mario Brothers with Mario from Donkey Kong, his brother Luigi, and lots of crazy creatures. And it's twice the fun when 2 play at once, because you need all the help you can get. Mario, where are you? Mario Brothers, new from Atari.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't get that advertising at all, but it worked.
That scared. Hey, kids, don't play this game. You're going to get terrified.
Clearly worked, though. I mean, is it the most popular video game of all time? Super Mario franchise?
Pokemon's up there. Because, you have to think of the worldwide thing, and obviously Mario's worldwide too.
Yeah, Madden probably had a crack at it for a little bit there.
Yeah. Any of those Zelda games doesn't really do it for me.
James Bond had a big run
Bond
there.
was huge.
But Mario's probably the biggest.
Well, yeah, you have to think of the worldwide aspect of it too, right? Like, it wasn't developed in the United States, and how big it, became. Like, there's Nintendo Worlds in Japan and now in Disney World.
Well, there's still a 10% owner in the Mariners, and that's why some people think that Ohtani might have an inside track there.
Were you a Mario kid? I still am.
Yeah. And then, post college, living in Manayunk days, the Mario Kart sessions with the Wii wheel.
Look out.
Those got intense with me and my roommate.
Yeah, I still am. Like, I'll still mess around with some Mario Kart.
I'm excited to get the Wii back involved with the girls.
Oh, they'll love it. Yeah, you do the Wii Sports,
and now the Switch is all the rage.
Yeah, damn right.
It's pretty cool. My niece and nephew have it, and sometimes I'm like, yo, let me get a turn.
See that,
Big on the Mario Kart and the Switch.
Oh, of course.
Big fan of that one.
You got the Switch.
My sister has a Switch. So
right.
It becomes a nice little summertime down the shore. Rainy day becomes very competitive in the Dunn household.
Christy and I brought it on the plane to Mexico.
Oh, you guys have one?
Yes.
Oh.
And we propped it up. And, that flight was the quickest flight of my life.
So you guys played Mario Kart on the plane?
Yeah, we were drinking.
That's awesome.
When you're flying to your destination, you're boozing up.
Yeah.
So we're boozing up on the flight playing Mario Kart.
Well, sometimes, depending on the trip home, you might need to...
booze up anyway.
Yeah, you might need to booze up just to, ingratiate yourself back to society.
That was me
again.
drying out. That lasted 4 days. Anything else, Ray?
Yeah, one more for you. This is the lead-in to a Sunday conversation on ESPN. As on this day in history, Shaq was traded. You'd hear Kobe talk about wanting to be a Laker, and Shaq that he didn't know about Phil Jackson being fired until he saw it on SportsCenter.
What had been rumored for weeks became a reality in about a span of 23 hours and 58 minutes. Shaq traded to the Heat. Kobe re-ups with the Lakers. Colleen Dominguez had a long chat with Big Fella. Jim Gray, a rap session with Kobe. Drama. Thick drama, holding nothing back in our Sunday conversation.
Kobe, what was the deciding factor in your decision to return to the Lakers?
Ultimately, I just wanted to be a Laker. I've been a Laker fan forever. Had nothing to do with the name on the jersey on the back. But it's the name on the front that really mattered to me. In my heart, I just wanted to be a Laker. I felt like this was the right thing to do.
What does it feel like not to be a Laker anymore?
What does it feel like? I said at the end of the year that I wanted to be on a team. It's a team. Doesn't matter whose team it was. I just wanted to be on the team. I wanted things to go right. I wanted things to go like they were supposed to go. And if things were not going to go like that, then I wanted to be traded. Usually when something happens, like the firing of a coach, I would know about it. But I wake up and I turn on ESPN like I always do. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Phil Jackson fired as Laker coach. I'm like, no, that ain't true. So then when I called out in the office, they said, yeah, it's true.
I miss the heyday of ESPN.
Yeah,
that's what I took away out of all of that.
Yeah, Stuart Scott was one of the reasons I wanted to get into kind of this industry. It was mornings before school, watching SportsCenter, eating cereal, and just watching like Stuart Scott and Dan Patrick and those guys.
It's still good. Like, it is. Like, we're gonna have Kevin Negandhi on later today. SVP's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it has changed. Now a lot of guys have also gotten older. Like Chris Berman is now, he's past cartoon stage. You know what I mean? But like, there were some great days when he would do NFL primetime.
Yeah,
like that. That was the heyday.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
But great vault as always, Ray. Ray, you did a tremendous job these 3 weeks, by the way. Just want to make that clear.
I appreciate that.
You did an awesome job. You'll be filling in for me next Friday because I'm only in 4 days next week.
We'll return to the Wally Pipp jokes next Friday.
Yeah, good. That sounds
the
great.
lead into the 3 weeks was the Wally Pipp jokes.
Yeah.
Just kind of got past that one.
You're Garrett Stubbs. Sorry, everyone loves you.
610-632-0975. I like it. I'm the vibe guy.
Yeah, you're the vibe guy, and we need that.
I'm good with that.
So Buster Olney joins the show next, 11:30. His tweet that he put out earlier this week: Phillies since June 3rd, 23-9, 2.96 ERA, more than a half run better than any other team. They are 8th in scoring in that stretch. They feel like they have a lot of offensive upside in front of them with an expectation that Turner will have a better second half and Harper will hit for power. Dombrowski will add at the deadline. They are a dangerous team. Buster Olney joins the show coming up at 11:30. Can't wait to talk to him about it. The Phillies second half. And all of a sudden, Juan Soto on the table, Shohei Ohtani on the table. Can't wait to find out what one of the best insiders in Major League Baseball has to say about it all. 610-632-0975. He's Jamie Lynch. I'm Andrew Salchunas. We're filling in for the Cuz right here. 97.5 The Fanatic. It is Christmas in July, Jamie, and Santa Barkley is coming out of his summertime hiatus to give out tons of gifts to FanDuel customers. And right now, all customers have a chance to bet the rest of the MLB season on jolly old St. Chuck. Just place a $5 bet on Major League Baseball from July 14th to the 18th. So starting today through the 18th to be entered to win. Plus, stay tuned all week for special gifts from Santa Barkley, including profit boosts, no sweat bets, bonus bet drops, and a whole lot more. So this summer, get into the holiday spirit with America's #1 sportsbook and visit FanDuel.com/fanatic. Don't miss your chance to bet the rest of the MLB season on Santa Barkley with FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge. Phil's beginning that series with the Padres tonight. Christopher Sanchez going up against Yu Darvish. And then the rest of the series, oh man, I think the Phillies take 3 or 4. Place your first $5 MLB bet now to be entered to win. 21 plus in President PA. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies return tonight. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Unbound.org. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change their world, and it will change your own. Unbound.org. The Phillies return from the All-Star break tonight. They host the Padres at 6:05. Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies. Yu Darvish gets the ball for the Padres. Johan Rojas was called up as Christian Pache hit the IL today. Drew Ellis also brought up to replace Josh Harrison on the roster. The Padres are making their first visit to Citizens Bank Park since the Phillies beat them last fall in the NLCS. The Summer 76ers are back in action tonight after 99-98 loss to the Hawks. Jaden Springer had 29 points in the loss, 11-11 from the free throw line, knocked down 2 threes. Sixers play tonight at 5 o'clock on ESPN2. The Union host NYCFC on Saturday. Union coming off a 2-0 victory in Nashville. You catch the match on 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app. Paul Reed's going to bang the drum at the game. He sat down with the morning show earlier today. Catch the conversation at 97.5thefanatic.com. Keep it locked right here for all the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Cuz. Anthony Gargano. Weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
O'Reilly. Stay cool this summer with AC Pro and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after mail-in rebate with the purchase of select AC Pro ready-to-use refrigerant products that include a hose and gauge. Beat the heat before you hit the road with AC Pro at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Have you ever noticed that when the afternoon light hits your floors, you can see everything, including dust?
So much dust.
And that floor dust gets kicked up into the air, compromising the quality of air you and your family breathe.
Eesh.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper is the fast and easy way to clean your floors with ultra-thick pads that trap and lock dust before it gets in the air. Just a couple minutes a day.
And dust is gone.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper. proud partner of the American Lung Association.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Do you spend more time looking for new clients than helping the ones you have? It's not you, it's your website. Today, more than ever, it's important that your site ranks high on Google when potential clients are looking for your services. Beasley Digital Philadelphia can help improve your site's ranking so you can spend your time improving your clients' lives. For a free consultation, visit buildmeabettersite.com. Buildmeabettersite.com is a small business resource of Beasley Digital Philadelphia and this station.
3 little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. New Pepto Kids gummies helps relieve occasional stomach upsets, turning those 3 words into these 3 words.
I feel better.
Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for new Pepto Kids gummies. Fast support for little tummies.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, it's Cuz. Dust off those renovation plans. Start designing the kitchen of your dreams with help from Colonial Marble and Granite. Colonial Marble and Granite offering fully installed countertops for just $14.99. How about an all-in kitchen for $69.99? That includes cabinetry, countertops, sink and faucet package. You heard me right. $69.99 all-in kitchen. Stop by an area showroom to see their amazing selection of products or make an appointment for a free in-home consultation. Visit colonialmarble.net today.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey.
You can feel the excitement in the air.
You can say that again.
You can feel the excitement in the air.
Okay, Jim. Folks, welcome to the No Money Down Finals at your Volkswagen destination.
Volkswagen of Springfield.
No one has to lay up any cash here.
That's right. No money down and 1.9% financing. It's a slam dunk of a deal.
Just look at that selection of brand new Volkswagen.
Oh, and coming off the bench, certified pre-owned with an extended factory warranty.
Yes, at Volkswagen of Springfield.
Oh, and look at that. Maintenance is no charge for 3 years.
Ooh, nobody saw that one coming.
And they want to help with any credit situation.
Make the fast break.
To your Volkswagen destination, Volkswagen of Springfield.
VWPhilly.com.
VWPhilly.com.
Hey, that's a travel.
They stopped calling that years ago.
Plus tax tag and license to qualified buyers. Call 610-440-31.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
11:21, 97.5 The Fanatic. Andrew Salchunas alongside Jamie Lynch.
Real quick, something on YouTube took off, a little conversation here about something I love, and that's the hot honey on pizza.
Oh, yeah, you're a huge fan, dude.
Yeah, David Poiron. I don't know where this started from, but a hot honey on pizza discussion broke out, and they wanted me to comment on it.
Okay.
And I am officially a huge fan. Been doing it for years. I still nostalgically, I just made up a word, I believe, do the Elios, and then I hit it with the hot honey and the crushed red pep and oregano. Delightful.
That's awesome.
So if it's a good pizza, a light sprinkling. If it's a frozen pie, it really elevates it to another level.
So I had, when we were at Maxie's the other day, one of my 3 slices, which, by the way, you guys made fun of me for having 3 slices.
No,
I did not.
I'm just jealous.
You guys were all mean. My 3rd slice was the hot honey garlic chicken.
Ooh, strong.
And it was awesome,
I
dude.
bet.
And I don't remember ever having that during my days at Temple.
The hot honey's a new phenom in the pizza world, and it's great. I love it. I support it.
Did you just try it one night, or did you see it somewhere and you gave it a shot?
I think I saw it somewhere. I didn't come up with it, and then I just started doing it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is
trying to think. Did you ever just try something before? You didn't see it anywhere. Because I tried the pretzels with cream cheese,
and the whipped cream cheese
when I had the late night munchies.
Great,
because you told me about it.
I think I just tried that on my own.
Okay.
I don't know. It's probably all in existence somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I've put fig jam on a homemade turkey sandwich, and that's pretty
awesome.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try stuff.
Oh, so yesterday I toasted a piece of bread.
Yeah.
And Christy found this new hummus, pesto hummus.
Ooh.
Dude, it's the greatest. It's my favorite hummus by far. We've gone through like 4 containers in a week already. I toast the bread, smear it on, so then it gets like a little melty, warm. Dude.
And you know what else? The hot honey's good on the avocado toast.
Oh, yeah, dude. I love an avocado toast. A little bacon and egg on there.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of sandwiches, yesterday, 2 days ago, I had it's still the best sandwich, undeniable best sandwich, can't be topped. PB&J.
Greatest sandwich of all time?
Yeah, because you could do it whenever. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
I mean, it is.
You never get tired of it.
Its versatility and
It's incredible.
repetitiveness is strong. I mean, I'm a Turkey Club guy. If I had to pick one for life, I'm going Turkey Club.
I might go PB&J. And you know what? I'm more of the jelly guy than peanut butter guy.
What are you, Spencer Howard?
No.
More jelly than peanut butter in your ratio?
Like I would be. I smear the peanut butter on. I don't really leave excess peanut butter, but then.
Does Coop get into the Uncrustables yet?
No, dude, he hates PB&J. This kid confused that. Sweet potato fries? Look out. Kid will eat.
Yeah. Because the Uncrustable in the air fryer is a nice item.
Yeah, you told me about that too.
Yeah.
I used to just like eating it frozen.
It's not bad frozen.
Like how Anthony does the lemon.
Yeah.
I do that with the PB&J. You have to let it thaw out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But now all of a sudden it's like an ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Dude, come on, man. Buster Olney.
Josh Satch on YouTube says buttered noodles and ketchup. So far as I know, I created that.
I'll let you have that one yourself.
That's all yours, Josh.
Dude, Josh, hey, I can't speak when it comes to food. So you do you, my man, but I'm not going to join you on that one. Buster Olney in 5 minutes to talk about the Phillies' second half of the season. Remember, we played the clip yesterday.
Let's slop it up.
Kevin Negandhi had Buster Olney on during the 6 o'clock Sports Center, and he asked Buster Olney who in the NL will be the biggest competitors for the Braves for being one of the best teams in the National League. And he said the Phillies, not the Dodgers, right? Not the D-backs who's up there in the NL West. The Phillies will be the toughest team aside from the Braves in the National League. And he really believes it.
They finally have somewhat of a farm system.
Yeah.
They've already gotten some proven talent up here, so it's not like you're super reliant on it.
Right.
You've gotten to a point now where you can probably part with a couple pieces and still maintain a decent foundation. So, yeah, they've all of a sudden, John Middleton, this new attitude, I guess he really does want his bleeping trophy back. It's been pretty awesome to watch this develop over the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Of them being, right up there with the Dodgers, the Mets, teams that are willing to go above and beyond normal measures.
And look, it starts when he gets rid of Klentak, still under contract, and then brings in Dombrowski, who I'm sure is not cheap.
No, I'm sure he's one of the better paid executives in baseball.
Right. Like, it probably worked out for them that they fired Girardi and Rob Thompson succeeded.
Yeah.
Then they didn't have to go out and get the next big name manager, right? They just got Rob Thompson. But, yeah, John Middleton has not been afraid to open up his wallet. And you have to love that if you're a Phillies fan.
It's all you ever ask for as a fan.
Yeah. And you have to love that their names are mentioned with Juan Soto and Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, not bad.
According to Dan Plesac.
Not bad.
610-632-0975. So Buster Olney in a few minutes. Yep.
Our buddy Fink says, try a ham and cheese sandwich with creamy Italian dressing on it. It slaps.
Dude.
I mean, creamy Italian dressing is pretty damn good.
Yeah. I'm about to try that when I get home.
Yeah.
You know how else mess with? Anything Thousand Island.
Yeah.
It's terrible for you.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't think about that stuff. Everything's terrible for you.
Exactly. Let's go to Jordan in what I believe is Winona. Jordan, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's up, fellas? It's the Guru.
Oh, what's up, bro?
What's going on, guys? So I was sitting here. I had to call in, been listening for the last 3 weeks. I've been tweeting to you guys, and I feel like there's probably some 2 to 6 in your near future for you guys. It's a great show. Listening to you guys together.
We've had fun the last couple of weeks, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man. But so we're talking Phillies right now. But I was actually in a group chat with my dad and my little brother, and I was just thinking about the Sixers, man. And just every time I think about it, it just gets me so stirred up. And I'm just like, we're the embarrassment of the league right now with Morey, what he did in this offseason. Like, imagine being another GM and you get a call from Daryl Morey. Like, what do you think that they're thinking about him, honestly, in the back of their minds right now?
They're probably like, all right, scumbag, get out of here.
Like, everything that he's done, he's just, I just don't, like,
Yeah, but you know that when he's asking for the moon for Tobias Harris, you're supposed to do that.
Well, exactly. But my thing was, the one thing that I thought for sure that we were going to come out of this offseason with, and granted, there's still time, it still can happen, was we were going to have a solid bench. Like, finally, I thought we were at least going to have a solid bench this offseason. I thought we were going to learn from our mistakes. And now, somehow, we have a worse bench than we did last year, by far.
Well, Nick Nurse did say, this isn't the roster that's going to go into camp. So I'm trying to not overreact yet. But I hear you. If something doesn't change, it's worse.
I'll ask you, Jordan, because we ran through this trade, and we're going to talk about this later on the show too, but we went through a trade scenario that came out at the end of the show yesterday that had Ray fuming because he wants nothing to do with Tyler Hero. But there was a 4-team trade proposal where the Sixers would give up James Harden and PJ Tucker to the Clippers. The Heat, Sixers, Clippers, and Blazers are all involved. The Sixers would end up getting Tyler Hero, Caleb Martin, Robert Covington. All of a sudden, your bench is a little bit more reasonable.
Your bench becomes good,
we can get rid of PJ Tucker.
He'd be a part of that trade.
Yeah, so that's the other thing, right? So we have this starting lineup that is penciling Tucker in. People forget he played maybe 15, 20 minutes at the end of the season, and it wasn't quality minutes in the playoffs. Yeah, he had a couple threes last game. He looked like the only guy on the floor playing, but he was a waste of space most of the time out there. If we're speaking honestly, like most of the year we were hoping just to see flashes of a couple good minutes. Like, that's not a starter. So get rid of him, yes. And now Tyler Hero brings us the one thing, I think I tweeted you guys this yesterday, the one thing that we've been wanting and we haven't had since J.J. Redick is an absolutely pure shooter. So let's see what he can do. Why not?
Yeah, so that was the latest trade proposal that we saw. Jordan, we appreciate the call, man, and the kind words. Like, reading that trade yesterday, I didn't hate it. Like, I'll be honest.
I didn't hate it either. Ray was triggered.
Ray was ready to leave.
Yeah.
He was ready to give up his job because Tyler Hero coming to Philadelphia. That's not a terrible return, man.
No, it's really not.
Because you're getting a starter, maybe 2 starters if you're starting Caleb Martin and another bench piece, or 1 starter and 2 bench pieces. Depending on what you do with D'Anthony Melton, right? To see a starter, is he coming off the bench for you?
Yeah, he's right that it doesn't look great right now, but Nick Nurse said it the other day. This is probably not the team that goes into camp. So, I hate to say, be a little patient, but we have to be a little patient.
What does look great right now is the Phillies. The tweet from Buster Olney of ESPN: since June 3rd, 23-9, 2.96 ERA, more than half a run better than any other team. They are 8th in scoring in that stretch. They feel like they have a lot of offensive upside in front of them with an expectation that Turner will have a better second half and Harper will hit for power. Dombrowski will add at the deadline. They are a dangerous team, and we get to talk to them right now on the Comcast Business Hotline. Every day in business is a big day. Let Comcast Business keep you ready for what's next. From ESPN, Buster Olney. Buster, thank you so much for coming on today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. It does feel like the baseball world's kind of sleeping on the Phillies because they've been doing all this underneath the big shadow of what the Atlanta Braves have been doing.
Yeah, the Braves have been sick all season long. I always say that they're probably the best run organization in all of baseball. But like you said, that shadow just kind of puts the Phillies back in the dark, and you forget how good this team is, good enough to get to the World Series last year, and based off of your tweet, you think they get even better in the second half because of guys like Trey Turner and Bryce Harper.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I was at the All-Star game and the All-Star events on Monday and Tuesday, and before the All-Star game, we had a conversation with Rob Thompson about what's to come, and you could just feel like he feels like that their best days are ahead of them because of what we've seen out of Trey Turner so far. And if you look at the back of his baseball card, you assume there's more than that. That Harper, who has been he certainly has contributed. He just hasn't hit for power, and they feel like that they're going to get better in that regard. There's a reasonable expectation they're going to be really good. And look, I've always thought that there's a difference between being a great regular season team and a team that is better suited for the postseason. The Yankees in recent years have had great regular season teams, but you get into the postseason and maybe they don't have enough bullpen or maybe they don't have enough rotation help. The Phillies, I think, and the Braves right now sort of fit those categories. I think the Braves, without a doubt, ridiculous 1-9 power, tons of home runs. They're going to win the division. They're going to be the number 1 seed going into October. But with questions still to be answered about Max Fried when he comes back. Will Kyle Wright give him something? Will Alex Anthopoulos add something? I don't know if they're necessarily better suited for the postseason in short series than the Phillies are. The Phillies right now, they got a lot going on, and as I mentioned too, the X factor for all teams right now is what happens before the trade deadline, and Dombrowski's track record is excellent.
So, Buster, we'll get into some of the big names that could potentially be available here. But as a Phillies fan, what's a realistic trade deadline upgrade here? Most great teams always add a bullpen arm. So I think that's on the table. Is a power-hitting left fielder, because you mentioned the power that the Braves have, and I think they had the most home runs ever at the All-Star break in the history of the game. I think the Phillies need a little bit more pop with Reese and Harper's, Reese out, Harper's power not back. What's realistic for us Phillies fans in terms of trade deadline upgrades?
Yeah, and it really depends. And I do feel like this is the one time a year when small sample size could make a big difference, because there's so many teams that start the second half saying we're going to give ourselves 10 days before we make a decision. So it's hard for me to tell you, this player could be with the Phillies. And I agree 100% with your assessment. Every contender is going to add a bullpen piece. So you would assume that, they'll do that. I'm curious about Cody Bellinger and where he lands.
Hoping you'd say
former
that.
MVP. A former MVP and someone who's had an impact in the past. He seemed to lose his swing, a lot of strikeouts. Well, he's put it back together. He's made adjustments with his swing. He's been hitting the ball like crazy of late. I do think the Cubs are going to trade at some point Marcus Stroman and Cody Bellinger. Now, I would say the Phillies are going to have competition for, whether it's Bellinger or somebody else, because there are going to be a number of teams involved in that conversation. The Yankees are looking for an outfielder, other clubs as well. And a lot of that might depend a little bit on what's going to happen with Ohtani. Will the Angels actually put him out there, and how would that impact whatever the Cubs are trying to do with Bellinger? But he does make some sense, and that swing and miss Bellinger that we've seen in the postseason so often, that hasn't been what he's been with the Cubs, especially in this last month.
Could the Phillies realistically be in on Shohei Ohtani? I know that they could be in and make a phone call. They'd be crazy not to. But is there a realistic chance that Ohtani could be a Philly at some point?
I think it just comes down to, first off, he's not available as of this moment. Two, Artie Moreno, the Angels owner, has to make the decision to trade him. And I think that's a lot more difficult choice than probably what people realize. And then you have to, outbid teams like the Rangers, like the Yankees, maybe the Tampa Bay Rays. But it's one of those teams, if Ohtani's put in the marketplace, one of those teams is going to step up and say, the heck with it, we're going to go for it. And we're going to, add a guy who's not only going to be able to start a game one or game two in the postseason, but he's also a guy who's going to hit 2 or 3 in our lineup. It is fun to think about the Phillies with Ohtani and that mix of power hitters. My question would be, if you look at the Yankees, there's a clear need for help in left field, and so they could shift Stanton to the outfield. Maybe they put him in right field, and then Ohtani becomes the DH. With the Phillies, not to say that they wouldn't want Ohtani, every team would, but with the presence of Schwarber, with Harper, with his elbow issues, and we're not quite sure yet exactly, how he's going to handle first base when he gets that opportunity. I think it's a little bit more complicated because you do already have a couple guys who are probably best suited to be DH.
Buster, there's some other big names out there, and you talked about these teams in 10 days here coming up, kind of being the deciding factor before August 1st. It seems like St. Louis is on the verge of potentially blowing it up. And the San Diego Padres, who have 4 games in Philadelphia this weekend, are back in the standings. And Juan Soto is a name, that John Heyman mentioned last night, tied to the Phillies. Do you believe Arenado and Goldschmidt are moved? And do you believe Juan Soto are moved? Obviously, it depends on these next 10 days.
I'd be shocked if the Cardinals trade Arenado, if they trade Goldschmidt, because their front office moves very carefully, very conservatively. I think it's actually caught up with them. They were okay putting a pitching staff together like they had this year when they probably should have gone out and been aggressive on someone like Sean Murphy of the who won't wind up being traded to the Braves. He probably should have been more aggressive in adding a swing and miss starter. So while I think they're going to be, trades of guys like Jack Flaherty, I don't necessarily think you're going to see them go whole hog, turn the team over. Unless there's a dramatic change with San Diego. Let's say they collapse in the next week and they lose 7 straight. I don't see them putting Soto out there. It makes sense to me that they potentially could, because we haven't heard anything that indicates the Padres are close to an extension with Soto, who's a free agent after the 2024 season. And if you're going to get the most value in return and try to recoup some of what you gave up last year to get him, then now's the time to do it. The one thing that's been pointed out to me by executives of other teams is that the Padres are going to probably look at the offers they're going to get on Soto and hold their nose a little bit, like, wait a second, we're going to get 40 cents back on the dollar for what we gave up last year, because the perception in the industry is that they really overpaid to get him last year, and that's going to be a hard sell for Peter Seidler, their owner, to give up. There's enough talent there also. I wouldn't be surprised to see them, like the Mets, try to play it out as long as they possibly can, because they're so pot committed with how much they've spent this year.
One more before we let you go, Buster. We know you got Sports Center coming up. We appreciate you taking the time coming on with us. Obviously, they're not going to trade him. But what I want to know is, what's the league-wide perspective on Aaron Nola? There was a chance that he could have been extended this past offseason. They didn't agree on the money, so that was going to be the contract year. Hasn't really gone well for him, but there's, of course, teams can look at him and go, all right, this is an innings eater, a guy that can strike out a lot of batters. What's the league-wide perspective on Phillies opening day starter Aaron Nola?
Yeah, that he is a guy who might not necessarily be, the dominant ace of the Verlander, Scherzer category, but he's someone who could be in the top 2 spots in a rotation for a contending team. I would say this. I mean, you guys have seen this huge rash wave of injuries pitched to pitchers the last couple of years. And I do think, based on my conversations, it's making teams much, much more wary of investing big dollars in starting pitching. Because the feeling is, hey, that the Rangers went out, they spent $185 million on $185 million in DeGrom. He broke. Carlos Rodon, signed by the Yankees, $150 million. He broke at the beginning of the year. He just came back recently. A lot of the conversation I'm having with people is, with starting pitchers, generally speaking, having less expected of them. Give us 5 good innings and we're good, and then we'll turn it over to an army of relievers. I kind of wonder if we're going to see this winter a lot of teams reluctant to give that huge contract to starting pitchers the way that they did even 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow, it's really interesting to think about. Maybe works out for the Phillies in their favor.
Yep.
Buster, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We got Kevin Negandhi coming up in about an hour. I'll make sure you tell him you said hi, okay?
He's the worst. He don't say anything from me. Every time I go on SportsCenter, it's right after the Eagles beat my Vikings, or I got to say something nice about his Phillies.
That's awesome. Buster, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a good weekend.
Thanks, guys. Yeah,
thank you. There he is, Buster Olney, ESPN.
He's
just
the best.
A tremendous insider and is always on top of things.
Him and Jason Stark are like my 2 favorite baseball guys.
They're awesome. They're fantastic. So we're going to react to that because a lot of interesting things there. Maybe not some big players on the move.
Aaron Nola.
But the Aaron Nola thing,
not over yet.
He might be back and for cheap.
I'm cool with that.
For cheap, yes. 610-632-0975. Also, we have another Chat GPT question. And dude, high school Andrew was thriving yesterday.
Oh, wow. Was his backyard baseball or something?
I wish. But it's another video game thing. For my video game fans out there, something happened this week.
And by the way, Mario, not the biggest of all time.
Tetris, huge.
But I believe Mario is second.
Yes. There was a video game that was kind of brought back to life. And, if your heyday of video games was anywhere between
Mortal Kombat?
2008 to 2014.
Oh, man. I was already out of college.
I was living my best life last night.
Man.
He's Jamie Lynch. I'm
Tony
Andrew
Hawk?
Salchunas. I did love that game.
That game was awesome.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phillies are back tonight. I'm Ray Dunn. This update's brought to you by Staples Stores. At Staples, school savings are always in session, from art supplies and essentials to the latest tech in stock and price low. School on, save on at your local Staples store. The Phillies return from the All-Star break tonight. They host the Padres at 6:05. Christopher Sanchez on the mound against Yu Darvish. Johan Rojas got called up as Christian Pache hit the IL. Josh Harrison had already hit the IL earlier this week. Drew Ellis was brought up to replace him on the roster. Buster Olney just joined the show. You can catch that conversation at 97.5thefanatic.com as he talked about what to expect from the Phillies in the second half and a little bit of the movement around Major League Baseball ahead of the trade deadline. The summer 76ers back in action tonight after a 99-98 loss last night to the Hawks. Jaden Springer with a big night, 29 points, 11-11 from the free throw line, knocked down a pair of threes in the game the Sixers play tonight at 5 p.m. on ESPN2. The Union host NYCFC on Saturday. Union coming off a 2-0 win in Nashville. You can catch the match on 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app. This update's also brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone. It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Keep it locked right here for all the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, Andrew, do you need a new roof, but maybe you've been stalling because you don't want to add another big expense to your wallet? Well, your roof is one of the most important parts, if not the most important part to your home. So don't hold off. Right now, New Look Home Design is offering 50% off all roofing materials, free gutters, and no payments until 2024. Get your roof done, save money, and you don't have to worry about making payments until next year. On top of that, New Look Home Design has been in business for over 20 years, and they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. So you know you're getting an extremely professional team. And best of all, you're going to get a lifetime transferable warranty. Where else can you get all of these benefits from a roofer? Call New Look Home Design today, and you'll also get a $100 restaurant.com gift card when you complete a free estimate, whether you purchase from them or not. Call New Look Home Design at 800-279-5300. That's 800-279-5300. Or visit them online at newlookhomedesign.com. That's newlookhomedesign.com. And tell them Andrew sent you.
Hey, baseball fans, the BetParx app has you covered. Bet more than the score. Bet player performances, home runs, hits, strikeouts. Bet game combos like winning team and over-under on total runs. BetParx futures bet on MVP, Rookie of the Year, and more. All new users bet $10 and get $125 in sportsbook bonus if your first bet wins. BetParx.com has terms and conditions. New users and winning bets only. Sports bonus bet must be wagered once. See website for details. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Crank the AC because it's not just hot, it's sizzling hot. All summer long at Parx Casino and Sportsbook. Pennsylvania's #1 casino brings you more ways to make this your hottest summer ever. The slots are hot. Table games are hot. The restaurants are hot. The biggest and best sportsbook on the East Coast is hot. The entertainment is even hotter. Don't miss a minute of the action. Visit ParxCasino.com. Street Road exit off 95 in the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Parx Casino. This is how you win. This is how you win. 21 gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This week, Rocket League Esports saw an evolution that will change its future forever. In the wake of the League of Legends player strike last month, Rocket League players decided to be proactive and have now established the Rocket League Players Association. The association will be led by a few team managers who are democratically elected by players and will serve to speak on behalf of all players for the foreseeable future. What other esports need to make this edition?
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 800-730-8405 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check. As easy as, that's 800-730-8405. 8405.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a Dave's single, spicy chicken sandwich, medium frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and a
chicken
Frosty.
sandwich,
Dave's single and a Frosty for
Frosty
me.
and a Frosty.
Okay, who said frosty and a frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's, valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from BQ Basements and Concrete. We put water back in its place. Go to basementsbybq.com. License number PA158514, 13VH11822-900.
I just had the best experience. My daughter went to the doctor and everything she needed was covered.
Everything? What insurance do you have?
Kids Partners, the CHIP plan from Health Partners Plans. It covers doctor and dentist appointments, ER visits, prescriptions, and more. Plus, my daughter can also get a new pair of glasses. They even offer free gym memberships.
Visit hpplans.com or call 866-599-0809 to learn more about Kids Partners, proudly owned by Jefferson Health.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Go ahead, Jamie. 11:50 on this beautiful Friday in summertime.
The weekend's here, gonna catch up with the boys, drink some buds, poop all next day, and lay in the pool. How was that? Not bad. Did I infringe on somebody there?
You were close. The lyrics are almost there. That's amazing.
Throw some meat on the grill. Tell my babe to bring me my spatula. 'Cause it's boys weekend. I think I got it. I think I got a career in this country
You're a
music
treasure,
stuff.
dude. Yeah, you'd be good.
Yeah.
What would your name be? Because you can't be Jamie Lynch.
Who's that guy that's like taking the nation by storm? Jelly Roll?
Who?
Have you seen this guy? He's got like on Hulu. It always pops up like the story of Jelly Roll.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Never seen this.
What?
I think you're just on crack right now. What are you talking
he's
about?
huge.
Dude, Jelly Roll.
Yeah, Jelly Roll. You don't even know Jelly Roll?
Nah, I must be a casual country music
I guess
fan.
you're a cash,
I'm
man.
a cash.
I don't even know if he's
I don't know the deep cuts of some of these artists.
Yeah. In 2023, he won 3 CMT Music Awards for the song Son of a Sinner.
I know that song. All right.
This guy doesn't. You never seen him? He's blowing up, man. Jelly Roll.
That's good for Jelly Roll.
You're
man.
such a casual country guy.
I'm a Luke Combs fan. They have similar body type.
Yeah,
yeah.
Who's the guy that's now living in Philly? Because he's dating a Philly girl.
Oh, yeah, and Zach said go Birds.
Zach Bryan or something?
Zach Bryan, because I always think of Zach Brown, who's a country artist and also the former Eagles linebacker that lasted 6 weeks before.
Oh, yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
I thought that was a good signing.
Zach Bryan's become like a Birds fan.
Yeah.
Because his girl, I guess he's dating a Philly girl. He moved here and
yeah, he said go Birds to Daniel Jones. The other day. It was
great.
awesome.
So I'm basically country.
Yeah, but what would your
Little bit
name
of
be? 'Cause
country.
You need a country name. Jamie Lynch, not necessarily. It could probably
Muffin Top. Because Jelly Roll is kind
I
of a
was
play
going
on the
more
big
so
boy.
like the 2 first name kind of deal, but or Muffin Top if you want to do that.
Yeah, I'd be Muffin Top. I think that's good.
So Buster Olney was just on with us, and he kind of killed the Arenado thing.
Yes, which makes sense. Like if you're the Cardinals, you were a playoff team last year. He's still one of the better players in baseball with 4 years remaining on
And team friendly. We talked about it.
Yeah, I mean it's
very
like
team friendly.
very team friendly.
Goldschmidt's a free agent. Goldschmidt, for all I know, could go back.
He has next year, right? Doesn't he have one more year?
No, this is final year of his deal.
You sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
I think
Next
you're
year's the
about
final
that.
year of his deal.
Okay.
So if you're going to sell him, you can get more now than you would next
'cause
year.
He's got 1 year left. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that makes sense. Soto, he didn't necessarily rule out, but the asking price because of what the Padres paid, he said is going to scare teams
That's going to be a lot.
off.
Yeah, but
that's unrealistic.
I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care.
He mentioned the guy I kind of want, which is Cody Bellinger.
Right.
So that made me happy to hear.
And lefty power bat, and he can also play first base, so you can give Bryce Harper a spell some days.
Yeah.
Like, that's the big thing. The fact that he can play center field and first base, or corner outfield and first base. Like, people say, put Schwarber at first base. No, he's terrible.
No,
but Bellinger actually is a okay first baseman.
Yeah, Schwarber told Harper how hard it is. No, anything you can do to get Schwarber off the field is my preferred destiny.
Well, but the problem is if Harper ends up being a terrible first baseman, he's going to be in the outfield again. Schwarber.
Not if Bellinger's here. You just put.
Where are you playing Harper? You're benching Schwarber?
I guess I'd live with him at first.
Schwarber?
Kinda. It's not a good option.
No,
but you need Schwarber off the field. Harper, I think, is going to be good at first.
I think he'll be fine.
And then if that's because he said, and I love hearing that.
He's a gamer, dude.
I don't want to be out there. And he came up as a catcher. He's an athlete. I'm sure he's working hard at it. So I'm sure he'll be fine at it. Maybe not great, but we've lived with not great fielding first baseman for a long time now. He'll be fine.
You know what really stood out from Buster Olney? What he
Aaron
said.
Nola thing?
No,
it's funny because I was going to ask him about that if I had a time for another question, but the Sports Center hit.
We'll get to that in a second. But early in the interview, he said that the Phillies are better suited for a series than the Braves. A playoff series.
Which is look. I mean, the Braves have kind of. You want to talk about outperforming. I mean, Max Fried going down for them is the equivalent of like Aaron Nola or Zach Wheeler.
They just got Soroka back. Think about how long they were out.
Soroka's far from like being the good pitcher he once was.
Soroka was going to be the ace of the staff. He got hurt. But like you had Soroka, Fried, Ian Anderson all hurt.
Yeah.
And they still have one
and Kyle
the best record
down.
in baseball.
Yeah, I think it is. So they're kind of outperforming. Like you're gonna have the pitching advantage over the Braves if you face them again in the playoffs. And we'll see what Max Fried is when he comes back. He was on the 60-day IL. I'm not sure when he's due back. I think mid-August.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to have the pitching matchup. The Braves have the home run advantage in a major way because they're boppers all over the place.
It's not like the Phillies stink.
No, but if he turns into a home run series, you don't have Rhys Hoskins and Bryce Harper
you had
like you did last offseason. So, that's why I want to add a power hitting left fielder. You got to add some more pop to this lineup.
But he's really Phillied up. He said the ESPN clip we played yesterday where he said that the Phillies will compete with the Braves. And then he says on our airwaves that they are probably better suited for a series than Atlanta, which is awesome.
I kind of feel it in my gut right now that they're like the second best team in the NL. And it's just strictly a gut thing because I don't think they've played to the level where they should be at all season. I think Trey Turner's going to get better. Bryce Harper's exit velocity and launch angle is there. There's a chance he puts it together.
Matt Gelb yesterday, he believes it's coming soon.
He believes it's, very close. And I hope he's right because that would be awesome. But I still think you need home runs. And if I can, get Kyle Schwarber off the field and add home runs to the lineup at the same time in one move, that's a grand slam.
Now, the Nola thing, that was also very interesting.
Yeah.
The landscape of baseball.
Oh, YouTube is saying Fried's already hit rehab assignments. He could be back as early as 2 weeks.
Well, August.
Yeah, I said mid-August, but close enough.
Beginning of August. So he says the landscape of baseball with the injuries to starting pitchers.
Yeah, I can't use DeGrom as an example. Texas had to know.
But Rodon.
Yeah, but Texas had to know DeGrom was like the biggest risk in the world. My Mets buddies were going, see ya.
Verlander's been banged up at times this year. Scherzer's been banged up at times this year. And they got buku bucks.
Yeah.
Now that was the Mets and Steve Cohen, who's just, whatever you want, take it.
This could be beneficial to the Phillies. If they can keep Nola as a, 2 through 4 type of guy at a reasonable annual rate, I'm all for it. I know he's frustrating, but that's because I think we're kind of viewing him through the lens of being the team's number one dominant ace that's going to go out game 1 of the World Series and get you a win. And he's not that. But if he's anywhere through your 2 through 4 pitcher, it's not the worst situation in the world.
So I'll ask you, if that's the case, right? So he said DeGrom got 185, Rodon got 150. He and Rodon, you can make the case, comparable pitches.
Well,
DeGrom's different, 185.
The reports were that he turned down 170.
So what if it comes back down to 125?
I mean, that's a massive jump that him and his agent are going to be kicking themselves over.
Yeah.
Because they thought they could get 200.
It goes back to the James Harden thing. They go, oh, well, let's see the market. And now all of a sudden the market's different. Bussard knows, right? He talks to these execs.
Absolutely. He's talking to these guys all the time. It's great news for the Phillies.
It's awesome news.
Yeah.
And now you can afford probably another pitcher, too.
Do you need another pitcher?
Well, we'll see what Painter is in the future.
Yeah, or if not, I mean, Abel's going to be, 23 next year? You know, one of these guys, it's time for them to bleep or get off the pot with these kids at some point.
Well, they're doing it with Johan Rojas, so I love that.
I mean, McGarry's 23. I think Abel's 21 or 22.
Yeah, you're right. You might not have to.
So you might not even have to. If you keep Nola at an affordable, team-friendly number, I'm pretty happy with that 5.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
They're set for a couple of years, man. And at some point, you're going to have to, Wheeler's going to be a free agent.
Yeah.
Nola's a free agent after this year. I think 2 years left, maybe.
I think you're right. Let's check that out.
Nola's a free agent after this season. So there's going to be a time where you're going to have to start looking at your young guys to replenish the rotation, just like the Braves do every single year. And also at some point, you're going to have to pay for probably another marquee free agent.
So
pitcher.
Wheeler is up after next year.
Okay.
And that absolutely is one of the best free agent contracts
oh my God,
they've signed.
Yeah, that was a steal.
And he's making 24.5. I mean, you'd have to think Nola's probably, even if it's discounted, going to be in that 20 to 25 range.
Yeah, probably.
And are you okay with paying him, say, let's call it $22.5 million a year?
For 4 years,
million.
5 years?
You good for that? That's basically 120 if you go.
It's not my money, but you're also not paying him top dollar.
Yeah. He's a fascinating case
He's an
study.
innings eater, strikeout guy.
Leads the league in home runs, or the NL in home runs, and Major League Baseball in innings.
Which
is two conflicting
How do you
things.
get those two? Right?
It's so confounding.
It really is amazing. Little more Harden slop. Same thing.
I'm in baseball slop mode. Get out of here, James Harden.
This from Zach Lowe. I assume it was on his podcast. Quote, if you talk to people around him, he's not backing down. He wants out of Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Nurse basically said it the other day that, they know. And Daryl Morey knows firsthand. He can say discontent be damned all you want. I don't want that, and nor should he.
You want to feel really old?
No.
John Foley, 2008 Phillies account.
Yeah.
Johan Rojas will be the first player born in the 2000s to play for the Phillies. 610-632-0975. I have something awesome video game related in a second, but let's get to some calls. Let's go to Dave in Harrisburg. Dave, what's going on, man? Yo, Dave. All right, we'll put Dave on hold. How about Uncle... wait, Dave, did we get you, Dave?
Sorry about that, boys.
That's okay.
That's all right, Dave.
What's up?
Hey, great job filling in for the Cubs, by the way. Love it.
Thanks
a
you,
lot,
man.
Dave.
Thank you.
Hey, in a town where we love to criticize offensive and defensive coordinators, how is it that Kevin Long is escaping criticism here?
Who do you put blame on him with? Schwarber and his lack of average? Is it Trey Turner? Like where do you look towards to blame with him?
Yeah, I mean,
because the young guys, in his defense, Dave, the young guys are all
he fixed Brandon Marsh
succeeding. Like Bryson Stott's better than I thought he was. Boehm is outside the power, doing really, really well.
Nick
and Marsh
Castellanos fixed his swing.
So I
this
think there's
offseason.
probably equal credit and blame to go around. But who do you blame him for?
Yeah, I agree with you too. I got to give credit there. I think he's had to undo a lot of muscle memory from the Kapler regime.
Sure. Yeah, look at what he did with Hoskins last year, dude. Like Hoskins had a great season.
Yeah, I just think. I mean, we have two starters that are hitting over 300, right? So, I mean, and we seem to have these prolonged slumps, and I guess I don't pay attention to a lot of the other clubs. I guess maybe everybody has that. It just seems magnified here.
I think I heard a stat that this is the lowest cumulative batting average for Major League Baseball ever.
Yeah, 300. That's not really something where I wouldn't use 300 as a mark anymore.
Okay.
So I'm pulling it up right now to see how many guys in Major League Baseball are actually hitting above 300. And take a guess, Dave. And Andrew, both of you guess.
I'll say less than 30.
You're correct.
15 to 20.
12.
Wow.
12 players in Major League Baseball, and one of them is Bryson Stott, and one of them is Nick Castellanos.
Yeah, so I can't even use the 300 mark as anything.
It's kind of it's a new sport. It's really bizarre.
Yeah, I just, like I just get frustrated at the prolonged slumps. I guess.
I hear what you're saying, and we saw that with Hoskins a lot, but he had a good season last year. Now Castellanos, and thanks for the call, Dave. We appreciate the kind words.
It's a fair thing to bring up.
It is, but I don't.
When you hear the players themselves talk, they rave about this dude. Like even Brandon Marsh, I heard him earlier this year, and even Christian Pache was speaking about how hard he works in the cage with them, and things he sees that the players don't see. He was at the Juan Soto All-Star game with Trey Turner the year he was there supporting him. So these guys love Kevin Long.
Christian Pache, he hit 166 last year.
And what was he hitting now?
327. Now in only 49 at bats, but
sure, small sample size. That's a big deal.
I'm sure if that evens out to let's say 260, that's 100 points better.
Let me see how many of the 12 Major League Baseball hitters hitting above 300, Mr. Seamhead Andrew Salchunas can
Castellanos
name.
Turner.
There's two. Stott, you meant, not Turner.
Sorry, yes. Castellanos, Stott. Acuna?
Yes, he's number 2 in baseball at 331.
Ohtani.
Correct. He is batting 302.
How about that Bo Bichette?
He's number 5 on the list.
There's 7 more. Oh, Luis Ariz.
There you go.
So that's 6.
One of your favorite players.
Freddie Freeman.
Yep. One of the guys I've mentioned as a trade target that I would be thrilled with if they end up moving him.
Thomas.
Yep. Lane Thomas from Washington.
That's 8. Who am I missing just to speed this up?
You got Josh Naylor from the Guardians.
I would not have gotten that one.
You got Austin Hayes from the Orioles.
Okay.
Yoshida on the Red Sox.
Yep.
And Yandy Diaz, who's having himself a monster
Tremendous
year.
season. Yeah.
That's it.
Isn't that crazy?
12 guys.
12. And back in the day, it was like, you're hitting 290? You suck. Think about that, man.
I always go back when baseball stats come up. I always go back to Tony Gwynn, and I want to see how many years in a row he hit above 300.
Every year, probably. Was there a year where he didn't?
No, his rookie year is the only year in Major League Baseball. He hit 289 that year. From 83 through 2001, he hit above 300. He's a career 338 hitter.
That's absurd.
Think about that.
Yeah.
The second guy in baseball is batting close to what Tony Gwynn did for his career.
That's absurd.
I love baseball stats.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Ryan Howard hit over 300 one year.
Yeah.
With 56 home runs.
Unbelievable.
Let's go to Uncle Frank. What's up, Uncle Frank?
Happy Friday, squad.
How was bath time the other day in the pool?
This morning it was nice and warm. Listen, let me preface by saying it's been a hallmark couple of weeks of radio, you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You are truly trained professionals.
Thank you.
Now, and I'm going to get to my just hold on. The other day you guys had the stones at me about my pool activities, right?
That's pretty gross, Uncle
and
Frank.
Then you're talking about Napoleon's little Waterloo for a whole damn second.
Well, I didn't know Napoleon's penis was in New Jersey. Thought that was vital information.
How do you compare that to me? All right,
You're not Napoleon. I'm sorry.
He's one of the most famous people in the history of the world.
Uncle Frank. I don't care about your unit.
His penis is right next door.
Please. I can. Never mind. I'll go and I'll cross multiple lanes into unsafe territory. So, you're sidebarring great Phillies games or seasons, right?
Yeah.
So I know you guys know. I believe it was 1972, right? Carlton won 27-10, and the Phillies as a team had only won 59 games.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
He led the league in ERA, strikeouts, wins, innings pitched. I mean, just a remarkable year. And, you were just touching base about batting averages. I can remember as a kid, guys, 60s and 70s, he'd take somebody like Willie Mays. He'd have a year he's hitting 320, 50 homers, and $130 RBIs and 30-some stolen bases.
And that was a down year. How dare he hit only 320?
Scrub. Amazing. And I love baseball stats.
And now Kyle Schwarber's good enough to be your leadoff hitter, hitting 180 with an on-base percentage of 313. Oh, but he hits home runs.
Listen, when I mention Willie Mays, do not bring up Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, but there are Phillies fans out there that would. Oh, he's a better leadoff hitter. I could make the case that he'd be a better leadoff hitter than Willie Mays. I'm sure somebody would say that.
I just choked on my clear. No, not yet. Jamie, you going to be at Chicken and Pete's tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll be at Malvern, 12-3.
I'm going to come by and give you a bro hug.
All right, love it.
Make sure you steal some of his fries, Uncle Frank, okay?
I'll order some extras.
I've been known. All right, have a great weekend.
You too, Uncle Frank. Yeah, this guy walks in, and we'll have the fries on the table. He'll just take some.
That's great.
And it's like, all right.
Yeah, I'll be at the Bet Parks Race and Sportsbook inside the Chickies Malvern tomorrow, 12-3. And I'm just happy to see some Phillies back tonight and actually have a game to react to a little bit.
It's awesome.
Christopher Sanchez goes out there and throws another gem tonight. I might be all Christopher Sanchez'd up tomorrow.
Who'd you say he looks like?
He looks like Ranger Suarez.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Ray, as a fellow baseball man that's not a casual like Andrew,
I got you.
You understand what I mean. Like, I'm not saying he's as good as or he's going to be Ranger Suarez. He just physically looks like
him.
Just
Especially
like
when he's stacking the zone.
Yeah.
Because that's what's been the key for him here. He was
Low
walking
in the
everyone.
zone. Yeah.
Stack the zone.
It's like Drew Smiley looked like Cliff Lee.
Yeah.
It
So
doesn't
our guy
mean he
Gabe,
was. Yeah.
Gabe saw it because he's a real baseball guy like us.
Yeah.
You know, someone like Andrew wouldn't understand a Gabe Kaplan.
Andrew, speaking of being a casual, I sent you a screenshot yesterday.
Yeah, I ignored it.
You
no interaction.
I completely ignored it. I saw it. I wanted to ignore you.
Gabe said it was a sneaky good All-Star break, and he can't wait to get back to
Yeah, he
action.
posted a photo of himself on the bench.
Yeah.
Loser. Flyers
What's
news,
wrong?
Jamie.
Oh, we got Zamboners?
They have placed Tony D'Angelo on unconditional waivers.
Wow. Credit to Jonesy and Briere for just blowing up everything that
Chuck
previously
Fletcher
existed.
sucked.
Yeah, he was really, really bad. So at the time when Ristolainen trade and then the re-signing happened, Egan was going nuts. Like, this is just terrible. And I was like, I don't know. Like, and he's just like, no, this is terrible. Chuck Fletcher stinks. And he was right. Like, everything that guy did was pretty terrible.
Yep. And
Tony D'Angelo.
so that trade that they were hoping for.
No trade for him.
Yeah, no.
So
Great.
cool. You brought him in for
nothing.
Cool.
Yeah, no, but like you said, credit Keith Jones and Danny Briere for just going, nah.
You know what we still haven't talked about? The hot mic. That was bad.
Somebody's probably in a lot of trouble.
I would say so. Do we have the audio?
Do you have any chance, Ray?
The clean audio?
The clean audio.
'Cause I felt bad for the reporter and the athlete that had to, like, what's this guy's name? Tyler Hardinen or Tyler Durden?
Durden. But I will say this.
Because he was like,
I will say this.
Zoom interviews are stupid. Cut it out.
I will say this.
All teams.
I have been in that studio where Ray's sitting during press conferences. And there have been times questions have been asked. I go, the bleep?
Yeah, but I don't think that was it.
No audio, by the way. We'll effort it.
Because the question was, why did you choose the Flyers in this current state they're in?
Because he's been on a team that has had success over the last couple of years.
And, obviously the answer is probably money. But it's a fair question. I mean,
Totally fair question.
The Flyers are blowing it up. They're literally rebuilding. What to a veteran player? What's the appeal?
Right. Now, I'm not ripping Gianna's question. I was just saying there have been times where I've said it out
there's
loud.
absolutely dumb questions that happen all the time.
Like, there have been times where, like...
I don't think that's one of them.
They're like Carson Wentz tore his ACL, and the third question was, so what are you going to do at punter? Like, Donnie Jones is out. But Gianna's question is fair, and it's annoying that the person was so upset by it because she may have been working on a story about why people have come here.
Yeah, well, who's attracted to a rebuild?
Because it's not like they've only signed this one guy. They've signed a couple players now. So maybe she's writing a story about the idea of signing with a team that's trying to lose.
Yeah, that was so. And Jonesy came right out and said basically
they put out a statement. Good for Keith Jones, man.
Unacceptable. Won't happen again. If you're unfamiliar with the story, it was basically a Flyers PR staffer is heard on the Zoom interview going, how many times are they going to ask this bleeping question? And then you hear somebody else mockingly go, oh, the Flyers suck. Why'd you sign here?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, guys, that's a fair question.
It's actually a fair question.
I mean, they're literally trying to lose and develop youth at the same time. It's a fair question.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Don't mock it. I mean, you're in. I understand, like, people in PR sometimes view the media as their, like, enemy. And it's like, well, no, that's actually your job to work with the media to help deliver news and stories to the public, which is your fan base. And
exactly.
I'm sure her question was on the mind of a lot of Flyers fans.
And maybe he gives a positive answer of, I love John Tortorella.
Yeah.
And I think this is a great destination for people in the future.
Yeah, and I want to help
Instead of getting angry about
usher in young talent and help develop them at that stage of my career.
Yeah, you might get a positive answer.
Yeah, like who knows?
610-632-0975. Kevin Negandhi joins the show at 12:30. I want to ask Kevin
about oatmeal raisin cookies.
About oatmeal raisin cookies, but also that trade that we got into at the end of the show yesterday where Ray's favorite player, Tyler Hero, could come here.
Please.
Also,
begging you.
The video games thing that we didn't get to this past segment, that something happened yesterday that just, I can't tell you how happy I was yesterday, Jamie. My life full circle.
Yeah.
I'm back, dude.
Yeah.
And it involves,
happy for you.
It involves Call of Duty. He's Jamie Lynch.
I had Call of Duty save some of my pandemic mind.
Well,
I played with. It was a good way to communicate with some friends during that dark period.
Well, maybe you can catch up with old friends on this one. 610-632-0975. Jamie Lynch, Andrew Salchunas filling in for the Cuz right here, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies are back tonight. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Compassion International. Families in poverty are facing a global food crisis. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646. The Phillies return from the All-Star break tonight. They host the Padres at 6:05. Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies. He'll be opposed by Yu Darvish. Johan Rojas was called up by the Phillies as Christian Pache hit the IL. Drew Ellis also brought up, replacing Josh Harrison, who hit the IL earlier this week. Buster only joined the show earlier to talk about the Phillies' second half and the trade deadline in Major League Baseball. You can catch that conversation at 97.5thefanatic.com. The Summer Sixers are back in action tonight at 5 o'clock on ESPN2. They lost 99-98 last night. Jaden Springer, a big night with 29 points. And the Union host NYCFC on Saturday. Union coming off a 2-0 win in Nashville. You can catch the match on 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app. And you just heard Andrew say that Tony DeAngelo put on unconditional waivers by the Flyers today. Keep it locked right here for the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
And Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic. Fan Fest 2023 is Saturday, August 26th at Xfinity Live with FanDuel Sportsbook. Go to 975thefanatic.com for details and ticket rate info.
FanFest 2023 is brought to you by One Exit Mobile Escape Room. Whether you're planning a party, special occasion, or corporate event, we have the unforgettable on-site entertainment you need to wow your guests. Visit them at oneexitmobileescaperoom.com.
And 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's cause let's talk about your vehicle. We got to take care of our vehicle. And you know who does that with us? Meineke. Yes, Meineke has you covered right now. In fact, semi-synthetic oil changes start at $29.95. Full synthetic oil changes start at $59.95. Up to 5 quarts, standard filter, plus disposal fees. Is your car's warning bell dinging? What about the check engine light? Is that on? Well, listen, that ding or that light can mean any number of things. Do yourself a favor. Just find out. Get peace of mind. And if it is something bad, you'll get it fixed right. And right now, at your local Meineke, you can save some money. Save $10 when you spend $50. Save $20 when you spend $150. Save $50 when you spend $400 or more. What about your brakes? Something going on there? Bad brakes got you breaking your personal swear jar record? Give your brakes and your budget a break. 50% off brake pads and shoes at your local Meineke Car Care Center. And did you know that all Meinekes are locally owned and operated? To find out more information about your local Meineke Service Center or to schedule your service appointment, go to Meineke.com. That's Meineke for tires and brakes and batteries and exhaust. Meineke. Doing car care right.
This Fanatic Golf Report is brought to you by Parks Casino. This is how you win.
Golf's final major, the 151st British Open Championship, returns to Royal Liverpool Golf Club July 20 to 23. Cited Tiger Woods' win in 06 and Rory McIlroy's win in 2014. You can be a winner too by going to 975thefanatic.com. Pick the winner and the winning score. Par is 284 to win a fabulous $200 prize package. Ricky Fowler and Colin Morikawa are super hot, along with U.S. Open champ Wyndham Clark. Entries close on July 20th. Good luck. For the Fanatic, I'm Mike Rose.
Crank the AC because it's not just hot, it's sizzling hot. All summer long at Parks Casino and Sportsbook. Pennsylvania's #1 casino brings you more ways to make this your hottest summer ever. The slots are hot. Table games are hot. The restaurants are hot. The biggest and best sportsbook on the East Coast is hot. The entertainment is even hotter. Don't miss a minute of the action. Visit ParksCasino.com. Street Road exit off 95 at the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Parks Casino. This is how you win. 21 gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code KIND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
If you or someone you know has tried diet and exercise but still cannot reach your goals, it's time to consider adding Ozempic to your weight loss program. Hi, this is Dr. Avi Donapel from Iron Mountain Men's Health. I'm excited to announce that Iron Mountain Men's Health now offers Ozempic, the weight loss drug that's sweeping the nation. Ozempic is prescription only, which means you'll need to see one of our doctors first, whether in person or virtually. So schedule an appointment today at ironmountainmenshealth.com. That's Iron Mountain Men's Health, the leader in men's health.
And round one.
Come on, kid. You're punching like a dame. What's wrong, kid?
I don't know, Coach. I feel like I need to go to Jersey to Apollo.
Apollo? You ain't ready to fight Apollo. And Apollo, he ain't in Jersey.
Nah, I'm talking about Apollo Auto Sales over the bridge in Sewell, New Jersey. I need a new ride.
Apollo Auto Sales has got you covered, kid. They got the best deals anywhere. Check out the inventory on that internet thing at ApolloPreOwned.com.
Hey, it's Cuz. Dust off those renovation plans. Start designing the kitchen of your dreams with help from Colonial Marble and Granite. Colonial Marble and Granite offering fully installed countertops for just $14.99. How about an all-in kitchen for $69.99? That includes cabinetry, countertops, sink and faucet package. You heard me right. $69.99 all-in kitchen. Stop by an area showroom to see their amazing selection of products or make an appointment for a free in-home consultation. Visit colonialmarble.net today.
Hey, baseball fans, the Bet Parks app has you covered. Bet more than the score. Bet player performances, home runs, hits, strikeouts. Bet game combos like winning team and over-under on total runs. Bet Parks futures bet on MVP, Rookie of the Year, and more. All new users bet $10 and get $125 in sportsbook bonus if your first bet wins. BetParks.com has terms and conditions. New users and winning bets only. Sports bonus bet must be wagered once. See website for details. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
12:20, 97.5 The Fanatic. Andrew Salchunas, Jamie Lynch filling in for the Cuz. We'll be back on Monday, 12 o'clock hour, brought to you by Service First Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months and a $500 rebate when you purchase a complete heating and cooling system from Service First. Learn more at ServiceFirstHVAC.com. So we got 10 minutes till Kevin Negandhi.
So real quick, I just want to, because if you just missed it, Flyers basically DFAing Tony DeAngelo.
Yeah.
Do you remember what they traded for?
I really don't. Dude.
So Chuck Fletcher traded a first-round pick, 2 second-rounders, a third-rounder, a fourth-rounder, and Robert Haig in separate deals for Rasmus Ristolainen and Tony DeAngelo, then signed each to a contract worth $5 million a year.
Yeah, he
a first, 2 seconds, a third, and a fourth back for a rebuilding team.
That guy may never get a job ever again.
He probably shouldn't. I think that that ship is past him.
Because that's maybe he was a spy.
Maybe
he was trying to ruin the Flyers. Maybe he's Russian. Secretly, the Flyers beat the Russians. Maybe he was out to get Philadelphia or something. Because you can't do those trades and like be happy.
Oh man, that was.
And it's not like
Matt
they're
Klentak
good
or Chuck Fletcher. You got to go Chuck
Matt
Fletcher
Klentak.
or worse, right?
Worse, yes, Chuck Fletcher.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Matt Klentak than Chuck Fletcher.
I agree.
As much as it pains me to say, but it's actually kind of an easy answer.
All right, Brett Brown / Elton Brand, Matt Klentak, Chuck Fletcher. Fletcher's still the worst, right?
Wait, hold on. Say that again. Brett Brown,
the summer of the GM with the Michael Bridges Zaire trade. Chuck Fletcher, Matt Klentak.
So I have to pick one of the three?
Yeah, as the worst.
As the worst?
It's the worst GM, yeah.
Dude, Brett Brown, Al Horford really dropped the bag there.
I mean, Michael for Zaire didn't even play in the league.
Yeah. Might be them. And Al Horford, that same.
Yeah, that was. I think Elton got credit for that.
Yeah.
Technically, but whatever.
But Brett Brown also signed 2 players.
Who?
Wilson Chandler.
Yeah. Who I agreed with at the time.
And Mike Muscala.
Legend. That got us Tyrese Maxey.
So, Brett Brown gets a little bit of love there. Yeah,
Chuck Fletcher's still the worst.
Yeah, Chuck Fletcher, absolutely terrible.
See ya.
Negandhi in 7 minutes. Dude, last night, for my fellow video gamers out there, my fellow Americans, my fellow video gamers out there, big day yesterday.
Yeah, you've been all boned up about this.
So, Call of Duty reopened up the online servers of all the old Call of Duty games.
Wow.
So Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2009. So I was a sophomore in high school. And so this is like my heyday.
You were a sophomore in high school in 2009?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Beginning sophomore, because it was 2008 was my freshman. So, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I played last night. And it just brought back all the old memories. The only thing that was missing was my parents' basement and stealing beer from the fridge. You know what I mean? Like, now it was just having beer on my couch and playing Call of Duty. So I have to ask you, if you could bring back a game, like anything, and you could have a day with your boys playing it, what would it be?
I'd probably go back to NBA Jam and like Mortal Kombat. Like when I was early Sega, I was mostly like playing alone.
Okay.
But like in college, the Tony Hawk sessions we used to have,
dude.
2001 and 2. That was truly magical.
Yeah, those were fun. On the N64? Or were you going
PlayStation 2 guy?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That game was I loved it.
And they did refurbish them.
They did, but
it's just not the same.
I never gave it a try.
You should, dude.
I know. I
remember we had discs here.
Really?
As giveaways, yeah.
No, I probably should give it a try, but
probably still in the closet.
I wasted too many hours of my life on that game.
So I always say that my generation was probably one of the last ones that was like outside all day, but also had the video games. So like I was up till like 4 a.m. playing video games, sleeping till noon, playing outside, and then going back inside video games. So I played with my buddies Jack and Jimmy last night, who were my co-best men on my wedding.
Oh, nice.
Who like our friendship really came together playing this damn video game.
Formed over Modern
because we'd be up till 4 a.m. talking about nonsense and playing video games.
So I didn't get into Call of Duty until I was like a full-on, 30-plus-year-old man.
Yeah. Well, because the pandemic was a big part of it.
Yeah, so I ended up playing it then and loved it and going to Verdansk and all that stuff and dropping in. It was, and I'm so bad and behind the times. Like you've been playing for like 20 years.
Yes.
I'm hopping in and I got these tweens just working me.
Yeah, dude,
I can't even identify where they're shooting me from.
I'd teabag you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you'd get messed up.
I'm the old man in there that doesn't know what he's doing, but having a fun time doing it.
Now, Ray, were you a Call of Duty guy?
Yeah.
So did you know about this?
I was a Halo
That's
man.
back? No, I did not know that.
So I have an Xbox One now. I finally made the jump.
Ooh, the Tony Hawk
Congrats.
Halo. I might have to revert and go Halo over Tony
See,
Hawk.
I was never really big on the Halo train.
Oh, it was the best.
So you can pop in the Call of Duty Xbox 360 disc into your Xbox One, and it'll update, and the servers are back up. So I was back playing those old maps yesterday, man.
That's awesome.
And I'm glad that I did it first yesterday because it was more like the nostalgia. Like, let me play a few games. It's Friday night, dude. Like,
big plans for you.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm going to have a wild night. It's going to be me sitting on my couch playing Call of Duty and my wife probably hating me. It's going to be a lot of fun today.
Sounds it.
It's a bit like, dude, like this is huge.
Oh no, it is huge.
That was a monster game for a lot of people.
The number of nights that I spent up till probably 2, 3 in the morning playing that.
And it's back on. So if anybody was a Modern Warfare 2 fan on the Xbox, you can go back and play online again. They reopened the servers.
It is pretty cool.
Like that was like they turned those off like 7, 8 years ago.
Wow.
Like it just stopped. And now all of a sudden they were just like, yeah, you know what? Let's flip the switch.
Is it going to be part of
on.
like, because there's now like basically Netflix services.
They're refurbishing at Game Pass. Yeah, so they're refurbishing everything and it's going to be back on.
That's pretty cool.
So a little fun, like side topic. What's a game you would love to just go back and playing one more time?
Halo or Tony Hawk. And another one we got real into was SSX Tricky.
Oh, I love that game.
It was great. It was awesome.
No, it was a lot of fun.
And there was another one, Smuggler's Run.
I never played that one.
Oh,
man.
That one. So basically, you were smuggling like drugs, and you'd have to like drive away. And, like,
that's cool.
These awesome like desert car cards.
Did you ever get into GTA?
A little bit.
Okay,
yeah,
that was fun. It's great.
It was fun.
It's great for the kids.
Oh yeah.
Lamar checks in. Now here we go. We're gonna have this conversation again.
What do you say, Lamar?
Lamar answers with the most overrated video game of all time. He says GoldenEye. GoldenEye sucked.
I agree.
GoldenEye is the worst game ever.
I agree that it was overrated. I can't say it's the
extremely
worst.
overrated. Now, part of it is I grew up in a different time where I was spoiled by, shooting games where you can actually, move your camera around. That game sucked. And people are still love it. And I still get crushed for this take on it. You're just walking around like this.
Yeah.
Like it's terrible, dude. Like it's not a good game, and yet people think that GoldenEye is one of the best games ever.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
My wife got me a refurbished N64 a couple of years ago.
That's sweet.
For Christmas, and my brother-in-law got me GoldenEye, and he was like, "Dude, look, I got you GoldenEye," and I was just like, "Oh, thanks, man."
Yeah.
And then I started playing it, and it's just like.
It was clunky.
It wasn't good, and yet people rave about it.
Sean Campo on YouTube says, Chunas, hit me with your gamer tag. Let's play.
No personal questions.
What is your gamer tag?
You ready for it?
Oh, this is going to be so bad. I love it.
It's not terrible.
It's going to be like Backyard Baseball Kid 13.
Well, it used to be Lithuanian Boy 12. Because, duh.
That sounds like somebody that would be picked up in some like weird,
But I updated
sex predator operation.
I updated it, and I don't think I'll ever change it because it reminds me of the times. It's out. If you want to, go ahead, plug it in. I probably won't accept it because I don't really know how to. I play 2 games. Like I play Call of Duty and Hogwarts, like the Hogwarts Legacy game. That's it. My gamer tag.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Sam Hinkie TTP 25. And the 25 is for
Ben Simmons?
Yep.
Wow.
See how that worked out for me?
What a nerd you were.
Damn right, man. Trust the process.
Lithuanian kid. What was
Lithuanian Boy 12. Show some respect.
And
then, that's when I was in 8th grade. Like, what did you expect?
You nerd.
And then I wanted to change it to Sam Hinkie. Because I was a believer. And look at how that worked out for me.
You're such a dork. Look at you now.
610-632-0975. Dude, I'm still a dork.
Yeah.
I absolutely am still a dork. And I can't wait to find out what Kevin's answer would be to this. So let's head to the Comcast
Wright
business
says,
hotline.
change it to Lithuanian Daddy 975 now.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So they laid me off. Comcast Business every day and business a big day. Let Comcast Business keep you ready for what's next. Let's go to Kevin Negandhi. Kevin, what's going on, man?
How we doing, guys? What's
Kevin,
happening?
we're getting into a conversation because I was back to being high school Andrew yesterday. They turned the servers back on for the old Call of Duty games. And so I was just living my best life yesterday. My wife hated me. Let me ask you, Kevin, if you could bring back a video game from your childhood one more time, you could spend 10 hours by yourself, 10 hours with the boys playing with it. What would it be?
It's amazing you guys are bringing this up. You guys are too young for this, but there's.
I'm not that far off of you, Kevin. So I might know this.
I looked it up actually 2 days ago to see if I could buy it. Earl Weaver Baseball.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Old, yeah, exactly. This was like 1980. I want to say like.
Does he curse in the intro at you for playing?
Oh, dude, it was unbelievable how. No, it doesn't curse at me, but the cool thing is if he had an issue with balls and strikes or anything, he would go out there and lose his mind.
That's
and
awesome.
And then you'd see like dirt kick up. Here's the cool
awesome.
thing, though, for our audience to understand. I can't be. I can't express it enough how much it helped me as a 12 and 13 and 14-year-old kid to understand old school players. When I say old school players, like they had like these all-stars from the 1900s. So I knew who Three Finger Brown was. I knew how good Christy Mathewson was because they had all the stats. And like Tris Speaker, I knew how good Honus Wagner was. It wasn't just a baseball card. So when, I got a little bit older and I got in the business and I had to understand like context of players, I knew who some of these guys were because I knew all their stats from playing this game. I mean, it went through everything. And then I found a way to rig it. And I remember at the All-Star break, I got the USA Today, I think in 1989, and I created my National League All-Star team and American League All-Star team that played the old school guys. And I put in all that data and created all the players. And it was, dude, to the point, I'm 48 years old, and I would literally buy a PC that could load up Earl Weaver baseball and play it right now, probably into the night.
Oh, that's awesome. See, I'm glad I asked that question. I'm glad we led with that.
To your point, guys, my cousins and I were so sick in the head with it. My cousin lives in, him and his brother, they live in Fairless Hills, which is Levittown by Pennsbury High School. And my dad, we would make trades and we would build these teams and we'd be on the phone. And then I would go downstairs to my dad's office and I would fax trade proposals to my uncle who would give it to my cousin in his office. And then that's how we would do deals. We would stay up all night making trades and doing all this stuff at 13, 14 years old. And honestly, if anybody's listening, call into the station. If you know how to get an Earl Weaver baseball, like legit how we can get that back, I would join a league and be involved in it.
Oh, my God, that's awesome. Oh, we would love to help you out with that. Earl Weaver baseball, dude, that's great.
So, Kevin,
I bet you guys weren't expecting that.
No, I was not ready for it. That's great.
So, Kevin, we just talked to one of your colleagues, Buster Olney, not that long ago. He says to say hello.
No, he said not to say hello.
Yeah, this is an official non-hello.
Yeah, I told him that I was going to say that he said hi, and he said, you know what, tell him I did not say hi, and I didn't say anything.
I love him. He still despises me because of the Vikings.
That's awesome.
Every single time, the experience of that Vikings NFC Championship game, I rub it in every commercial break when we have them on the air.
You just got to hit him with a skull.
And that's what we do. That's what we do all the time.
Skull.
Yep.
So anyway, we got into some of the Phillies kind of trade deadline here the next 2 weeks. He doesn't think anything major like the Arenado, Goldschmidt, Ohtani, Soto things are going to happen. But he does think, an upgrade of power hitting, probably outfielder if he had to choose, and some bullpen help is viable here. If you're Dave Dombrowski in the Phillies front office, are you just trying to get somebody that's an upgrade, or are you thinking about going all in if one of these guys does become available?
It depends on what they're going to ask for. If it's Painter, say heck no, right? It just all depends on what's being asked. I think that right now the way the market is, and I will propose it this way. If we can get a hard-hitting stud shortstop, who, by the way, is on our team, and he could just basically play the way we all know he could play, that's the upgrade, right? If we get Bryce Harper to find the power, that's the upgrade. We have the pieces on this team that can make the run deep. If you look at everything, it's the small minor things, that we've got to tweak, and an extra outfielder, and you can always get extra pitching help, which I'm always for. So I trust Dombrowski, and I also believe that their approach is perfect here because it's like, listen, look where this team is at. Castellanos has been fantastic, and we still haven't seen Trey Turner. We've seen glimpses. We haven't seen consistent Trey Turner over a month turn it on. Bohm's been fantastic. And Bryce has been hitting the ball well. He just hasn't been hitting it out of the park. That's going to come. So when that stuff comes, the team's going to be in a completely different position. And Buster and I talked about this on SportsCenter a couple days ago. Just get in the tournament. When you look at this team and how it's built, they can win 5-game series, 7-game series the way they're built. And I just think it's been fantastic what Dombrowski's done with the bullpen on the back end. They've been fantastic. And that pitching staff, the rotation has been really consistent. So credit to him. Fingers crossed in the second half. But I wouldn't go overboard. unless a team gets desperate. But we don't have a farm system that is ridiculous where we could just toss guys around and be okay.
Yeah, you will be happy to know that Buster did say that the Phillies may be better suited for a playoff series than even the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
Buster knows that, and look at last year's experience. There's a reason why Buster said it. There's a reason why that team turned it on in the playoffs. Just get into the dance and see what happens.
Kevin, we're still waiting, obviously, and we might be waiting for a while what ends up happening with James Harden and what's going on with the Sixers and what their roster might look like. I want to run this by you. There was a proposed 4-team trade on Bleacher Report yesterday that kind of caught my eye because you're trying to figure out, all right, what's the best case scenario for the Sixers in this situation? James Harden clearly wants to get traded. You're not going to get Paul George or Kawhi Leonard back, so you're hoping for a decent package of players to go alongside Joel Embiid. And there was a 4-team trade, and I'll just give you who the Sixers give up, and that's James Harden and P.J. Tucker. And they acquire Tyler Hero and Caleb Martin from Miami, and they get Robert Covington and then a couple of second-round picks. Your thoughts on that kind of a return for the Sixers?
Wait a second. Back it up. What exactly are they getting in this 4-team trade?
So in the 4-team trade, Miami gets Dame. So it's basically how does James Harden get out of Philly and how does Dame get to Miami? So Portland's involved, Miami's involved, Sixers and Clippers. The Sixers are giving up James Harden and P.J. Tucker. That's the only 2 players that they are giving up. The Sixers will be receiving Tyler Hero, Caleb Martin, Robert Covington makes his return, and then 2 second-round picks from Miami.
I do that without blinking.
That's what I think, too.
I make sure whoever proposes that doesn't get off the phone with me without question. Listen, I think Hero's value is overvalued when we hear these Dame conversations, the rumors you're hearing. But to unload the P.J. Tucker, who I love what his role is, but, when you see down the road, if James Harden's not on this team, I'm not sure where P.J. Tucker fits.
Oh, you replace that with Pat Beverly now.
Yeah, you clear up all that space, and then you got a guy like Tyler Hero. I would do that in a heartbeat. I love Caleb Martin. I love what he can do consistently. Let's see if that plays a role because he wasn't consistent in the postseason. He had flashes. He was phenomenal at certain points, and at certain points he was basically non-existent. But I would do that without blinking. Absolutely.
Kevin, last thing. Have you checked out the quarterback show yet on Netflix?
I haven't. I heard some good things about it. There was some stuff I saw on my feed this morning about people raving about Kirk Cousins and stuff.
My wife has fallen in love with him.
See it. Oh boy.
Yeah, we were watching episode 1. She goes, "He's awesome." I was like, "Yeah, I mean, he's a good quarterback, but he's me." And that, I think, is what she noticed.
He's an average quarterback who's found a way to capitalize on the market and making sure he's pocketed $200 million. But listen, you can put up great numbers in the postseason. You can put up gaudy stuff, especially in this league where numbers are inflated by quarterbacks. But when push comes to shove and the pressure's on, I think even if you ask the Vikings, they would try to get 10 other quarterbacks in the top 10 over Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
so
I think you're right.
I admire Kirk Cousins' ability to make money and maximize the market with guaranteed contracts.
Hey, he's a good businessman.
Yeah, very good businessman. But listen, you could put up anything, but we all know, what are you going to do in the playoffs? Shoot, our basketball team went through that. You could do all this stuff in the regular season, but what are you doing in the playoffs? And, the guy that I want to look at and watch is of course, Patrick Mahomes. I'm very curious about, and it's a quiet signing, is Marcus Mariota. Because remember all the hype coming into the league. Chip wanted him, and we were trying to do everything we could.
Hashtag do the deal.
And now he's our backup quarterback in Philadelphia that no one talks about, which I find fascinating.
It's amazing how unforgiving sports can be sometimes, Kevin, right? Marcus Mariota, all the excitement in the world. He's now the backup to the team that wanted him. Think about Carson Wentz, right? He was given the keys, and now he's not even around.
He's too busy hunting.
He is busy. Kevin, listen.
We get to celebrate Jalen Hurts.
Yes, we do. Thank God. Thanks as always, man, for coming on. Anthony's going to be back. So I think he just got in yesterday from Italy. So he'll be back next week. So I'll be talking off the scenes next week. But thanks for the last couple of weeks joining us.
We got a caller tip for you, Kevin. A caller said you can play Earl Weaver baseball on archive.org.
Okay.
So you might have to look into that. I don't think it's a trap.
Yeah, as long as your computer doesn't blow up when you click on it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need no viruses sneaking in because I want to play baseball like a 14-year-old. No, I don't need
Kevin, use the office computer, not your own.
Yeah, that'll go over well.
You got engineers there. You're fine.
Hey, Tunis and Jamie, it's been a pleasure, man, the last 3 weeks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Kevin. We'll talk to you next week.
Take care.
There he is, Kevin Negandhi, ESPN.
Never even heard of Earl Weaver baseball.
Neither have I, but it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. So the GoldenEye debate kind of took off on the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I know.
I will say this about GoldenEye. It did kind of... It was like the start, like Sopranos kind of like started.
Yeah, it's me not paying respect to
it kind of started the role player shooting kind of game.
Yeah, but there were so many better games even then. Maybe not shooting, but there were so
that's
many
why it gets
better
credit
games.
for changing the shooting game world.
It's terrible, dude. Yeah. There's Nightfire is another James Bond game, a million times better.
I never played that one.
Dude, it's so much fun. Not even like GoldenEye stinks. GoldenEye stinks. Tristan Oman checks in. He said, I just YouTube GoldenEye, and I only needed a second to see how crappy it is. Whoever likes that is serial killer vibes.
You're never the best as the first.
Well, people still claim that it's the best.
Well, because it changed the RPG shooting game world.
Yeah.
Better. No respect from the 28-year-old boomer.
Yeah. 610-632-0975. Hey, I'm going to explain to you how nerds are ruining baseball next.
I think I saw the tweet. If this is, I didn't look at the show sheet, but I think I already know the tweet.
Does it involve Ellie De La Cruz?
Yes, it sure does.
Nerds ruin baseball. I hate you. He's Jamie Lynch. I'm Andrew Salchunas right here, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies are back tonight. I'm Ray Dunn. This update's brought to you by Acme. Hey, it's me, food, from when the pros at Acme hand me off to when I'm cleared from your plate. We go through a lot together. As long as you keep showing up, I'll keep showing up fresh. Sincerely Food, sincerely Acme. The Phillies return from the All-Star break tonight. They host the Padres at 6:05. Christopher Sanchez on the mound against Yu Darvish. Johan Rojas got called up by the Phillies as Christian Pache heads to the IL. Drew Ellis also brought up from Lehigh Valley as Josh Harrison hit the IL earlier this week. Buster Olney joined the show earlier to talk about the Phillies and the Major League Baseball trade deadline. You can catch that conversation at 97.5thefanatic.com. The Sixers are back in action in Summer League tonight. They lost 99-98 last night to the Hawks. Jaden Springer with the big game, 29 points, 11 for 11 for the free throw line, knocking down a pair of threes. The Sixers play tonight at 5 o'clock on ESPN2. The Union host NYCFC on Saturday. The Union coming off a 2-0 win in Nashville. You can catch the match on 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app. The Flyers placed defenseman Tony DeAngelo on unconditional waivers today, ending his tenure with the team. Keep it locked right here for all the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Cuz, Anthony Gargano. Weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's Anthony Gargano. Let's talk about the Bagster. Yes, the Bagster, a 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag. So we all have our cleanup plans. Maybe it's the garage. Maybe it's the attic. Maybe it's the basement. Maybe you're doing some remodeling around the house and you need to just clean up junk. Well, this is where the Bagster comes in. And again, it's a 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag. It's sold at Home Depot, Lowe's, all your local hardware stores for just $29.99. That's right, just $29.99. And here's the beauty. It holds 3,300 pounds of waste, but it's a bag. So it's on demand. The project takes you a couple of weeks, couple of Saturdays. It's there for you. It's just a bag that you open up and it becomes a dumpster. Anthony Gargano telling you to clean it up this summer with the Bagster. All details, thebagster.com. Dumpster in a bag.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code KIND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Plumbers and roofers and decking, oh my. Home improvement projects can be scary, but Beasley's Preferred Pros are at your service with years of experience and a proven track record of happy customers. Beasley's Preferred Pros can make your next project a dream come true.
Bachman Solar. Solar is more affordable than you think. Receive federal tax credits and apply for 0% financing with Solar Solutions at bachmansroofing.com.
Metropolitan Veterinary Associates in Norristown are here for your pet's special needs. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They never close for emergencies. Find them at metro-vet.com.
Advanced Electrical Services Group. Generac is the name you can trust for automatic standby home generators. Advanced Electrical Services Group provides sales and service to match. Go to advancedesg.com for your free estimate.
There's no place like home. Let Beasley's Preferred Pros make your home improvement dreams come true. Visit Beasley's Preferred Pros at 97.5thefanatic.com to find the right contractor for you.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
I just had the best experience. My daughter went to the doctor and everything she needed was covered.
Everything? What insurance do you have?
Kids Partners, the CHIP plan from Health Partners Plans. It covers doctor and dentist appointments, ER visits, prescriptions, and more. Plus, my daughter can also get a new pair of glasses. They even offer free gym memberships.
Visit hpplans.com or call 866-599-0809 to learn more about Kids Partners, proudly owned by Jefferson Health.
Hold up, you're using Swiffer Power Mop? What would Mom say?
Oh, she'd be like,
a mopping bucket is the only way to deep clean your floors.
and I'd be like, Mom, this is the new Swiffer Power Mop,
The all-in-one that gets you a mop and bucket clean in half the time.
She'd never believe you.
I'd say, look, the solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket. And the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get into grout lines. That's why you're the smart one.
Really?
What? Mom said it.
The new Swiffer Power Mop. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
This is David Keller from David Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. And you know I love Philly sports, but when I'm not at a game, I take care of my clients. Sometimes, it seems harder than ever to buy a car right now. And then when you do, you go into service, and it's awful, right? Well, I can fix all that. I mean, forget about the old way you bought a car. I'll get you the car you need, the terms you need, and then I'll take care of you right up until you buy your next car. Because I love my clients, and I love our Philly sports teams. And that's why I've always been your dealer. You just didn't know it.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, Union, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Ray has the perfect shirt on for this song.
Yeah, he does.
Are you going to be playing this as you drive down the shore today?
Probably.
So Ray's a big beach goer.
What was it in Sandlot? Big Chief?
Oh, yeah, the Chew?
Yeah. Was it Big Chief?
I think so. Yeah. And they were on that ride that was just spinning them all around.
Yeah.
I remember watching that scene when I had a stomach ache, and it did not help. I had to change the channel.
Did you see what Egan did last night? No. Phillies season ticket holders offered access to go watch the Sandlot on the big screen in the stadium.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he took Jack down to watch it.
That's really cool.
That is cool.
That's cool. The Phillies is cool for Pat to bring his son there. That's awesome.
I haven't gotten into Sandlot with Skylar yet. I will push it on her.
It's great. And it holds up.
It's awesome.
It's funny, man. It's a Ham Porter.
Yeah.
Squints Palidorus.
By the way, our man Woody Fletcher is quite taken aback at your GoldenEye hate.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of people upset. That's like as soon as I saw that on Twitter, I knew I had to bring it back up. And I know I get
triggering whole generations.
I get heat for GoldenEye. I get heat for Ant-Man being stupid concept of a movie because he's an ant. You should just be able to squash him.
I want Ant-Man to fly into Andrew Painter's elbow and cut his UCL, so he needs surgery. Can we set that up?
We could try. So I like to like things on Twitter to save it for show purposes. So I can just go back in my likes.
I do the same.
So I saw a tweet yesterday.
I saw this as well.
That I refused to like. I literally screenshotted it because I could not like it because I did not want to give this person the satisfaction. So there's a tweet out there. And if you missed it going into the break, I said that nerds are ruining the game of baseball. No,
you're not wrong in this.
I've believed this for a long time, actually. I remember getting into arguments when I was doing the baseball show. Somebody telling me that Jake Arrieta was really good that year, and it was just there was other circumstances. Whatever. So there's a Twitter account called Swing Graphs.
Yes.
Ray, you probably follow this account because you're Mr. Analytics, right?
Sure. Yeah, I like using numbers. I don't go by the Bible of numbers, but I actually don't follow them. And I didn't see this tweet. So your algorithm actually suggests that you are a nerd and that I am just a good eye test guy.
I hate nerds, so
no,
I
think
get
it's because
pops up.
You like it.
You're
look at it
casual.
a lot.
Yeah, I think that's what Twitter identified you as.
So here's how he reads. This is how the tweet leads. Ellie De La Cruz is an exciting player.
True.
It should stop there. Period. That's the tweet.
Yes.
Leave it at that.
Yes.
But he has a very big problem, Ray. Now, this is like, I already hate this person, whoever this person is. This could be like a 10-year-old kid, and I hate him. We have a phenom to be excited about, to watch. If he's on national TV, I want to watch it. If the Phillies are playing the Reds, I'm excited because I get to watch Ellie De La Cruz. You talked about yesterday how they're playing Ellie De La Cruz early in the season next year. Can't wait to watch him.
Yeah.
Ray, do you know that his attack angle
it's not good.
is second lowest in Major League Baseball?
It's not good, Ray.
I'm terrified for him. I don't know how his career is going to go after this.
It's not good.
Stole 3 bases the other day in 1 inning.
I know. That was amazing.
Only Eric Hosmer is lower. This is costing him a whopping 81 points of.
Eric Hosmer.
I will give you one. No, you know what? Because I'll never make $1 billion. Every paycheck I get from here on out, if you can guess whatever the stat is, like you give me the letters, and I'll give you every paycheck from
It's
here on out.
costing him 81 points of, and then it's something?
Yeah.
Oh, man. 81 points of, what's a good buzzword? What's a good baseball buzzword? Yeah, I got nothing.
I would even give you the rest of the show to think of one.
81 points of Z-swing percentage.
No. XWOBACON.
Of course. How did you not know that, Ray?
That's on me.
Ray, you're becoming a casual right in front of my eyes.
I know.
And he ends
Gotta
the
go back to the eye test.
He ends the tweet with, which is so unfortunate.
Dude, you might as well be speaking Greek. That's Greek to me.
Because with his above average VBA, he could easily have top quartile contact quality.
What?
I hate you.
What is that language?
This person could be the nicest person on the planet, could be the most gracious person, could just give money to charities, could be the opposite of Brett Favre. I hate this person because they're not, his attack angle isn't good. We have a young phenom that everybody's excited about, and you need to find a way to use your stupid numbers to figure out how this guy's not good. His second lowest in baseball attack angle, which is costing him a whopping 81 points of XWOBACON. What is that?
Expected, weighted.
Oh, God.
On base average contact? Like by contact?
Sure, let's go with it.
I don't even know what language.
And what the hell's a VBA?
Does that have to do with STDs?
I don't know. So unfortunate because his above average VBA, it could easily cost him top quartile contact.
Sounds like you should see a doctor.
And so now here's what's crazy, right? So Stats Monarch gave us a sheet of paper, which is just crazy.
We gave him an opportunity to deep dive a stat, and he did it.
So we were talking about the batters that are hitting over 300 this year. Now, Ellie De La Cruz is not one of them, or maybe he is. He's just not qualified yet. There are 12 hitters, as you mentioned, Jamie, hitting 300 or better in Major League Baseball.
And 2 of them are Phillies.
2 of them are Phillies. So in 2002, there were 35 players that hit at least 300 or better. 40 in 2003. It got as high as 42 in 2009. And the next year, it dropped to 23.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in 09 to 10, but there's clearly a
some
mark
sort of analytic thing.
Yeah. Is Gabe Kapler around then? Did he just change all of baseball?
I think he's playing. No, he's playing still at this time.
That's a massive drop, and then it never got above 25 ever
25
again.
is the highest. Last year there was only 11.
11 guys.
And
That's
there's 12
unbelievable.
Now. It's hard to sustain that, right?
It's unbelievable.
I understand that baseball's changed. Sacrifice bunts don't mean as much because you're giving up an out, blah, 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 blah. But we have some nitwit on social media trying to diminish what Ellie De La Cruz has done.
He's like the most exciting thing to happen to baseball since Ohtani.
And batting averages are now bad. You don't want a good batting average.
Apparently not.
It's taboo to have a good batting average in baseball.
And good hitters at the top of the order, apparently.
So I'm going to pull this up. So the drop
Didn't say
was
leadoff.
Oh, come on.
I think that's. I got 1 hour left. I did pretty well.
So in 2009, there was 42 players that hit at least 300. So it dropped to 23 in 2010. I'm going to try to pull up the 2010 leaders to see like who was still around. Like I don't even know like what would have changed that much. So Josh Hamilton hit 359 that year, which is crazy. Carlos Gonzalez, Miguel Cabrera, Joe Mauer, Joey Votto, Adrian Beltre.
I mean, these are monster hitters.
Yeah. And then you get Omar Infante at 7, Robbie Cano, Billy Butler. Oh, my God. I haven't heard that name in a long time. He was 9th. And Troy Tulowitzki was 10th. So that's 10 out of 23.
I don't know. I mean, have pitchers gotten better? Have the rules affected this more? Is it launch angle being taught?
Remember, the banning of the shift should have increased the 300 batting average.
Yeah, if Ryan Howard didn't have the shift, he might have batted 400 and hit 56 home runs.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's clearly a different sport than it was even 10, 15 years ago, which is wild.
VBA, by the way, is vertical bat swing. Amount of vertical swing as seen from center field.
Oh, jeez. Why is that a stat?
Like, you know what? You make me hate baseball. I'm not watching anymore.
I went down to a game earlier this year, and I think they've changed it since.
Oh, on the screen? Yeah.
And they showed the screen, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, what language is that?
Yeah, it used to be batting average,
on base,
slugging, OPS, RBIs, home runs.
That's all you need.
Now it's FIP.
I don't care about any of that.
VBA.
I care about results.
That's all. Nerds are ruining the game of baseball.
Yeah, that's weird.
I also think this is a way for numbers people to grab what has been accepted and taught by a lot of people in baseball. Because this entire
we
thing,
can quantify it.
Yeah,
I
a lot
guess.
of this is like attacking. Okay, the way he's attacking and swinging the bat. So what's his swing path through the zone, and how could that help him make better contact, get on base more often? This is just somebody on Twitter trying to put your brain in a pretzel while they're saying things that are pretty much like, hey, he might just need to adjust his swing a little bit as he keeps going here in the bigs. They might find a way to attack him. I think this is them trying to really out-nerd the competition here.
It could be that.
And get a little engagement and get you fired up, get you upset about Ellie De La Cruz. Be like, oh, people like this guy? Let me find a way to out-nerd the rest and get ahead of the curve. So if there's a downfall for him, guess what account had it first? This nerd. I knew it. I knew he was going down.
Well, I'm excited to hear what John Brazier has to think about that, who's going to be joining us any second
What
now.
do you say, Brazier?
Because the Phillies are back in town to start the second half of the season. 4-game series with the San Diego Padres tonight. We got a doubleheader tomorrow. Looking forward to that. But yeah, dude, it is crazy how it's just changed so much. Like, let me ask you something. You're trying to promote the game of baseball and get kids into baseball. Do kids care more when they know about a player's VBA?
No.
No, they just like, is this guy good or not?
Yeah.
Is he cool?
Does he produce runs? Does he hit home runs?
Like,
Does
if
he get on
anything,
base?
you should start promoting the game of baseball to the level of kids. You know, like, I love baseball. I know baseball. So, like, you don't need to really promote it.
Some would say you're a casual, but
Some would say
I'm
a casual.
If you want to claim it, that's fine.
But, like, when you're promoting the game, you shouldn't be promoting it by this nonsense.
No, not at all. And how many Twitter followers does that account have? Like 2,000. It's like
probably. Let me see. Swing Graphs, bro.
Yeah, Swing Graphs. I think
Swing Graphs has 3,200 followers.
Yeah, I mean, do people really care, or do we just see it and get triggered?
Got 2.1 million views, that tweet.
Yeah, because it was stupid.
It's going viral, man.
It's not getting views for the right reason. Again, there's like people that do this. Do you really want attention for being a moronic take? Or would you rather just, shoot from the hip and maybe not get as many impressions? It's like,
yeah, I guess.
You want to be known for the wrong things? I mean, I don't.
No, I don't either.
Oh, people know me. Well, cool.
It's just ridiculous.
You sound like a dope. And it's the same thing with these stats. Like, okay, it got viewed 2 million times, but how many of those 2 million people are saying this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen? Majority of them. Because the De La Cruz is unbelievable, and he's fun, and he's great, and it's a reason now why I want to see the Reds play next year. If the Reds are in town, I want to go down and see it because this kid is electric, and it's just it's a stupid thing with baseball. Nobody cares about stats; they just like watching the game.
Yeah,
or these advanced stats, I should say.
Yeah, like this far of stats.
Yeah,
come on, man.
It's ridiculous.
What are we doing here? 610-632-0975 to climb in. Let's go to Vernon on the cell. Vernon, you're on the Fanatic.
Hey, good afternoon, fellas.
What's up, Vernon?
I'm good. You have to excuse my voice. I've been fighting laryngitis for
dude, my mom's had it twice in like a couple months now.
Yeah, man, so it's real bad, but I'm going to do my best. So the video game, I can't accept the golden eye. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's terrible. It's not good. There are games that you can go back and play and go, wow, man, this really held up. It's terrible.
I'm 42 years old, and I still play with my brother.
Well, that's cool. That's a nice little family moment.
We'll spend hours shooting and yelling at each other all day.
They are refurbishing it. They're actually they're redoing it for the newer consoles, so maybe they'll make it a little bit better for them.
It was one of the first games that allowed you to play with 3 other friends and enjoy a bunch of hours.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it was cool at the time.
Gunplay, so that's where I enjoyed it. But the game I want to bring back, I have 2. NBA Street Volume 2.
Yes.
And Def Jam Fight for New York.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Those were the only 2 that if they had the remake, I want to bring them back.
All right. Yeah, I love those answers. We'll put you on hold for your Fan Fest tickets. Hopefully you got your voice back on Saturday, August 26th. You got about a month and change to do that. Let's head to the Comcast Business Hotline to talk to a great, great man. One of the greatest men in the area. Director of Fun and Games for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Bold claim.
More so than you. And that, of course, is the great John Brazier. John, what's going on, man?
Wow, what a build-up.
I know, wow.
I mean, you're a nice man. I'll come out and say it. You're a good man.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks for the love.
Oh, of course. Ricky Patalico is giving you 2 thumbs down as we speak.
I'm sure he is, right?
He's coming in.
It's because he's still bitter that I did a radio show with him, and then he bounced me.
He just called you Willy Wonka. Is there any reason why behind this?
Well, my wife's family has a chocolate company, so yes.
Oh, okay,
Ashers.
yeah, that would make.
They heard of it?
That makes sense. Yeah. So Ricky says hi, John.
Well, tell him I said hi.
Dude, you must be excited. You got the kicking off the second half of the season at home and against the San Diego Padres NLCS rematch. It's got to be a lot of fun this weekend.
Well, and we can put some distance. Right now, we are half game out of the wild card. The Padres are 6 games back from us, 5.5 from us. So we could put some real distance into the end their season. Then maybe down the road the Mets too, because the Mets are. I know they got hot towards the end of towards the end before the All-Star break. But yes, Padres right away. And it's kind of funny that Juan Soto got a ride back to Philly with some of the Phillies. But yeah, and it starts off big too because we have fireworks tonight. And if anybody saw that first fireworks show, it's an 18-minute show, Xfinity fireworks show. And then, but probably the coolest thing other than that, we had a drone show.
Oh yeah, that looked awesome.
I tell you what, we had talked about it, but I hadn't seen any preview of it. And I was in the seat just like everybody else. And when the drone show took place, I had no idea what to expect. That was awesome because they had they had the Bryce Harper moment, and they had Scott Fransky saying Bedlam at the bank, and they had the Brad Lidge, and the drones with
That's
him
cool.
going on his knees, and Harry Callis' call. So it was one of the coolest things ever. So that'll be we'll be replicating that tonight, 8-minute drone show along with the 18-minute Xfinity fireworks show. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, you guys do an awesome job with all the fun at Citizens Bank Park. So that's gonna be a blast.
So,
man.
John, can we get a breakdown of Shaq's DJ performance? Were you there? Did you see it? Did it bring the house down? How was it?
I was there. I was there. So I got to tell you, I guess that you're kind of getting old when you start criticizing young music or younger people. And I guess that the EDM type thing is not really my thing, right? I know when you go down to Atlantic City and see the billboards, it used to be seeing the billboards for bands, and now it's all DJs. But when Shaq brings a different element. It's Shaquille O'Neal, right? DJ Diesel. So he gets up there, and obviously he was pandering to the crowd because he had and I say in a good way, he had the Phillies shirt on. But I tell you what, man, he allowed people to come up there on the stage. The music I thought was pretty good. I was down there with my 15-year-old daughter on the field. The people on the field were totally into it. I'm assuming everyone in the crowd was too. So, I mean, it's a crowd pleaser. DJ Diesel, I think Shaquille O'Neal does everything right?
Yeah, he's one of my favorite non-Philadelphia athletes of all time. John Middleton, when he invites Juan Soto back, and I know this isn't unheard of in baseball, do you think in the back of John Middleton's mind he remembered that the Nationals didn't fly Juan Soto private to the All-Star game a couple years ago, and he has a relationship with Scott Boras, and he goes, I'm just going to plant a little seed right here that we'll offer you a ride anytime you need it, Juan?
I'm not sure what goes down, but if the end result is down the road, who knows? Maybe, because I know he's going to be a free agent after this year. Who knows? But I'm sure there was no tampering because he would not do anything illegal.
Of course not. No, he's just being a polite gentleman, offering him a ride.
A polite gentleman, yes. So I think that's very nice of John Middleton. He's done a lot of great gestures throughout the years.
Last thing before we let you go, John, we had a little conversation earlier today about the Phillies and making the case for an all-time roster. Like not Mike Schmidt plays with Trey Turner. We mean that specific season. Where does this team on paper rank for you? You've been with the Phillies for 30 years now, so you've seen some pretty dominant ball clubs. We had a caller of ours earlier today mentioned that 1980 should be number one all-time. On paper, you got some pretty big names on this squad. Where do you think this ranks?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, the funny thing is probably one of the best teams is a team that, that bowed out in 2011. I mean,
that's number one for me.
Yeah, the 2011 team, I mean, again, for a team that didn't do much, they made the playoffs, obviously, but that team on paper, it should have blown everybody away. That's a great question. I think the 2008 team, I'm going to give is Bull going to get mad at me if I say the 2008 team over the 1980 team? The team right now, I would say it's probably like on paper, probably the fifth or sixth best team. I'm not going to say it's, so fifth or sixth best team. I mean, you got the 1980 team, you got the 1993 team that caught lightning in a bottle, you got the 2011, you got 2010, 9. I mean, a lot of those teams right there, that whole era.
I just wonder how much of a case you could make for this current team, right? You have best catcher in baseball. And this is, I remember having this conversation before the season started, right? So Rhys Hoskins is your first baseman, not, the combination of players you've had this year. Bryson Stott, Trey Turner, all-star. Of course, you have Bryce Harper, and you have Kyle Schwarber, and you have Nick Castellanos, and you have Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola. Like this team on paper, again, it's a big one, should be up there.
On paper, right. And assuming if everybody is healthy, right, 100% healthy on paper, yes, we would have one of the top teams that we've ever had, right? If we're staying healthy. Right now, obviously, you got Harper coming back, that hopefully he's going to catch fire. Nick Castellanos is doing it right now. Trey Turner's not playing to the back of his baseball card, but hopefully he will. So on paper, if everyone's doing their average season, yes, it would be a tremendous team.
John, last one for me. If I set the over-under at like August 8th or 9th, so the second week of August, middle of the week, just a random date, that Bryce Harper's in the field, possibly playing first base. Are you going over or under?
If he's playing at least one game by that point?
Yeah, in the field at first base.
Oh, I think under, because I think he will be at first base sooner than you think.
Okay, cool.
All right,
yeah.
We'll be keeping an eye out.
That's my.
Yeah, it's an outsider guess.
Not a Phillies sanctioned opinion.
No. Yeah.
But I would say yes. It would be sooner than that first day.
Okay, awesome.
maybe it happens this weekend. First weekend back post All-Star break. Johan Rojas is up.
Hey, that's exciting, by the way.
He's on
really
fire, John.
It is, and I said this earlier, John. It's not something the Phillies normally do.
You're exactly right, and it's he hasn't played above Double-A, but tell you what, he's batting .306. He's got 30 stolen bases. He's got 20 doubles, 9 home runs. He leads. I know he leads the Eastern League in hits, triples, and runs, and I think he's tied for second in steals. So I mean, this guy's got it all, and he plays a great defense out in the outfield. So. Why not bring him up and see what he can do?
Absolutely love it, John. Thanks so much for coming on, and we'll talk to you next week. And I'm pretty sure I'll be seeing you tomorrow at the ballpark.
All right, sounds good. See you guys.
There he is, John Brazier, the director of fun and games for your Philadelphia Phillies. We got one segment left coming up. I have a couple questions for you. One is about having unlimited money. All right,
that sounds cool,
and I think that's it. Because I was going to use something later on in the show, and we already used it. So that's that.
Wow.
But we'll reset everything we got going on. Also, we have Ray's World coming up.
We got to do another
around 1:30.
AI.
Oh, yeah. We have many chat GPT stuff still left, so we'll get to those coming up as well. 610-632-0975. Jamie Lynch, Andrew Salchunas. One more day, filling in for the Cuz, who's back on Monday right here, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies return tonight. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. You may not always need a new water heater, but when you do, choose Bradford White. The Phillies return from the All-Star break tonight at 6:05 against the Padres. Christopher Sanchez gets the start for the Phillies. Yu Darvish for the Padres. Johan Rojas was called up from Double-A Reading as Christian Pache hit the IL. Drew Ellis called up from Lehigh Valley as Josh Harrison hit the IL earlier this week. Buster Olney joined the show earlier to talk about the Phillies and the Major League Baseball trade deadline. You can catch that conversation at 97.5thefanatic.com. The 76ers are back in action tonight in the Summer League. They lost 99-98 last night to the Hawks. Jaden Springer, the headliner in that game, 29 points for him, 11 for 11 from the free throw line, knocked down a pair of threes. Sixers play tonight at 5 o'clock on ESPN2. The Union are hosting NYC FC on Saturday, coming off a 2-0 win in Nashville. The Union had a solid game and was a physical back and forth in that MLS matchup. You can catch the match on 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app. Also, the Flyers placed defenseman Tony D'Angelo on unconditional waivers. This update's also brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone. It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Keep it locked right here for all the latest news and information. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. 97.5 The Fanatic's 2023 Charity Golf Classic, presented by Citadel Credit Union, benefiting the American Association for Cancer Research's John Kincaid Scholarship Fund. Monday, July 31st at Turtle Creek Golf Course in Limerick, PA. The John Kincaid Show and Anthony Gargano will broadcast live, and everyone from The Fanatic will be there. Slots are sold out, but you can still win your way in. Go to contests at 97.5thefanatic.com to enter. 97.5 The Fanatic's 2023 Charity Golf Classic, benefiting the American Association for Cancer Research's John Kincaid Scholarship Fund. Sponsored by H&H Heating and Air Conditioning, PJ Wellahans, and 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey guys, Andrew, do you need a new roof, but maybe you've been stalling because you don't want to add another big expense to your wallet? Well, your roof is one of the most important parts, if not the most important part to your home. So don't hold off. Right now, New Look Home Design is offering 50% off all roofing materials, free gutters, and no payments until 2024. Get your roof done, save money, and you don't have to worry about making payments until next year. On top of that, New Look Home Design has been in business for over 20 years, and they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. So you know you're getting an extremely professional team. And best of all, you're going to get a lifetime transferable warranty. Where else can you get all of these benefits from a roofer? Call New Look Home Design today, and you'll also get a $100 restaurant.com gift card when you complete a free estimate whether you purchase from them or not. Call New Look Home Design at 800-279-5300. That's 800-279-5300. Or visit them online at newlookhomedesign.com. That's newlookhomedesign.com. And tell them Andrew sent you.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo. You can take your first swing at betting MLB on FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge and get 10 times your first bet amount in bonus bets. That's up to $200. That's right. Just bet $20. You'll land $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. That's $200 you can spend betting everything from the money line to the over-under to who you think is going to hit the first home run. It's all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Plus, when you win, you get paid instantly. There's no better place to bet on the MLB than FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. So sign up today and visit FanDuel.com/Scordo to get up to $200 in bonus bets. That's FanDuel.com/Scordo. FanDuel, the official partner of Major League Baseball.
21 plus in present PA. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable. Bonus bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This week, Rocket League esports saw an evolution that will change its future forever. In the wake of the League of Legends player strike last month, Rocket League players decided to be proactive and have now established the Rocket League Players Association. The association will be led by a few team managers who are democratically elected by players and will serve to speak on behalf of all players for the foreseeable future. What other esports need to make this edition?
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing. But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
You've got a service company. Maybe it's plumbing or electrical or HVAC or roofing. And you've got your hands full just keeping the trucks on the road and managing your business day to day. You sure don't have time to worry about managing a website and trying to figure all that out. Beasley Digital takes care of that for you. And make sure you're showing up on prime pages when people search for your kind of service work in their area. Go to buildmeabettersite.com. That's buildmeabettersite.com. And let us worry about the website while making sure you get the online traffic you deserve.
I just had the best experience. My daughter went to the doctor and everything she needed was covered.
Everything? What insurance do you have?
Kids Partners, the CHIP plan from Health Partners Plans. It covers doctor and dentist appointments, ER visits, prescriptions, and more. Plus, my daughter can also get a new pair of glasses. They even offer free gym memberships.
Visit hpplans.com or call 866-599-0809 to learn more about Kids Partners, proudly owned by Jefferson Health.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay. Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
Hey, Philadelphia Union fans, our friends over at Coors Light are hooking you up with tickets throughout the season. Join me, Jamie Lynch, and the Fanatic crew at PJ Wellingham's Downingtown tomorrow, starting at 6:30 p.m. Stay and watch the match as the Union take on the New York FC. Great prizes, including Union swag and tickets. Plus, enter to win a road trip to Boston to see the Union play the New England Revolution with Philly sports trips. For details, go to the events page on 975thefanatic.com.
Coors Light is a proud sponsor of the Philadelphia Union. Jupe and chill. Coors Light is made to chill.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now.
You can feel the excitement in the air.
You could say that again.
You can feel the excitement in the air.
Okay, Jim. Folks, welcome to the No Money Down Finals at your Volkswagen destination.
Volkswagen of Springfield.
No one has to lay up any cash here.
That's right. No money down and 1.9% financing. It's a slam dunk of a deal.
Just look at that selection of brand new Volkswagen.
Oh, and coming off the bench, certified pre-owned with an extended factory warranty.
Yes, at Volkswagen of Springfield.
Oh, and look at that. Maintenance is no charge for 3 years.
Ooh, nobody saw that one coming.
And they want to help with any credit situation.
Make the fast break.
To your Volkswagen destination, Volkswagen of Springfield.
VWPhilly.com.
VWPhilly.com.
Hey, that's a travel.
They stopped calling that years ago.
Plus tax tag and license to qualified buyers. Plus 610-440-31.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now.
On 97.5 The Fanatic.
122, 97.5 The Fanatic. So we were left on camera during the break. And
that's good.
No, we didn't do anything stupid, but I wrote a note to Barbara Carroll, who's
you say Barbara Carroll.
She's not a big fan of mine, apparently.
What'd you do to Barb?
I don't know. It's just me being me. But it's okay if you don't like me, just don't lie. Don't spread misinformation. Because she said that I like...
Maybe it's your casual nature of fandom that
she said that I not only liked, but loved Roman Quinn, which is one of the biggest lies you could possibly make.
Roman
Quinn sucked and always did. We did a weekend show together. Remember we had a caller that called it the Roman Quinn line? Because the Mendoza line was 200. Roman Quinn was trying to get over 100.
Was he?
Roman Quinn sucked. So
and
don't
he was always
lie.
hurt, too. I felt bad for him.
Always hurt. Really did not have that good of an arm. People made it seem like he had this great arm because he was smaller.
Guess what? His career WAR is currently better than Kyle Schwarber's.
Like Kyle Schwarber's career WAR or this year's
WAR?
Oh, is it really?
Schwarber. Yeah.
But it's like 1.
He was a .8 career WAR guy with a 226 career batting average.
Nearly got you a win.
Nearly got you a win.
Nearly, yeah.
He was a better relief pitcher than he was anything else.
His batting averages. Whew. While he was here in Philadelphia, 260, started out strong.
So hot, yeah.
213, 173, 215, 162.
The only time he had success was when he started dropping bunts down.
Yeah, he was fast as hell.
Here's another guy. He's swinging for the fences. He literally, they I don't know if it was a Phillies thing or if it was a him thing. He had launch angle, Roman Quinn. Like, dude, what are you doing? So don't lie, Barb. Like, it's cool if you don't like me. Just don't lie. That's all I'm asking.
Barb owns you, bro.
Barb owns me. So I wrote "Stop Lying, Barb" on the sheet of paper, but I don't know how well you could say it.
No, probably not that well.
Probably not. And I have chicken scratch, so
yeah,
it's really not all that good. Ray, give us another Chat GPT question.
All right, let's keep it the Phillies today. I asked ChatGPT who are the top 10 Phillies of all time.
Oh, wow.
Top 10 Phillies of all time.
So Schmidt, obviously, we're going to agree on. Carlton, we're obviously going to agree on. Pete Rose, I think you got to put on in the list.
All right, can I ask you, is Pete Rose on there?
Yes.
All right, so I wonder if they take into account...
Cup of coffee, guys.
Yeah.
They clearly aren't fazed by that. I'm going to go...
Chase is on there.
Chase, Jimmy, and Ryan.
I don't know if they're on it.
I'm putting them on.
Because in terms of WAR, Chase is up there. Chase is top 5 all-time Phillies franchise history.
I'm going to go Jimmy Fox. Makes the list.
All right. I'll put Robin Roberts on here.
Absolutely. Does Schilling make the list?
Yes. Yeah, because if it's also going all time, he also had an extended career, with with the Sox.
That's not. I'm at 9 right there. So we need one more.
Whitey.
Yeah, probably. Let's put it Richie Ashburn or Dick Allen.
Dick Allen, 500 home runs. He should probably be on there.
So is Schilling out? Does Whitey and Dick Allen muscle out
Schilling's
or
on there.
Jimmy? Or
Schilling's on there, and he should be in the Hall of Fame. I think he's
one of the best big game pitchers of all time.
I think he's a lot on social media.
So do we definitely have Allen and Whitey in? Probably, right? So then who are we bumping off?
You're kicking. Unfortunately, you're kicking out Ryan Howard. Jimmy Rollins' all-time hit leader in Phillies franchise history.
I can't. I'd rather kick out Chase.
Let him strong arm you.
Chase, I don't know.
Oh, well, we're torn here.
What do we have?
A nation divided.
What does the internet tell us?
All right, ChatGPT, what do you got?
ChatGPT's top 10 Phillies of all time, starting at number 10, Grover Cleveland Alexander.
Jeez, come on.
373 career
How'd you forget
wins.
Grove?
What's wrong with you?
Come on, my man Grove. Gee,
we're off to a
money
roaring start. All right.
At number 9, Ryan Howard.
Okay.
Yeah,
low on the list though.
That's all right. Just had to make it.
We could have given you guys 3 more weeks to get number 8, and you wouldn't have. Ed Delante.
That's bad work.
Pat Egan would have gotten him.
Yeah, he would have.
He loves
number 7, Pete Rose.
Yep. Okay.
Number 6, Jimmy Rollins. Number 5, Chase Utley.
Wow. Okay.
Number 4, Robin Roberts.
Yep.
Number 3, Richie Ashburn.
Okay.
Number 2, Steve Carlton. And number 1, Mike Schmidt.
So Jimmy Fox out, Schilling out, Dick Allen out.
I'm surprised Schilling's not on there.
They give you at the end of this because it likes to give you a little more. If you're searching for a little bit more,
okay.
It's important to note that there are many notable players in Phillies history who could easily be included in this list, such as Jim Bunning, Curt Schilling, and Roy Halladay, among others.
Was Jimmy Fox an athletic? Not really. Is that why I'm messing up here? Not a Philly. He was. I think he was just athletics.
Okay.
So maybe I was wrong.
Come on, you casual.
I mean, that is a casual. Yeah,
it's tough luck.
He's Philadelphia Athletics.
Yeah, it's tough for you.
All right, give us another one.
25 to 35.
I put you to work earlier today.
All right, let's go top.
We did okay there.
Yeah, I think you guys did a lot better on that one than the first one.
Yes, we batted more than 200.
Yeah, so that was good. All right, 5 best 76ers in team history.
Okay,
Iverson, Wilt.
I'm going to say Barkley,
Doc. Embiid should be on there. He's probably not on there yet.
Barkley.
So how about that Hal Greer?
Yeah,
Moses.
I'm
man,
thinking
it's
about.
only 5?
Yeah, Embiid's not going
five.
to make it, but if they weigh the MVP, because ChatGPT is up to date.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? So they're weighing that MVP.
Here's some background information so I can help you guys out here.
Okay.
I asked it the 5 best players in the NBA because I was looking to see if it had any hot takes on that.
Yeah, does ChatGPT do hot takes?
Oh, well, we'll get there. I tried to force it into a take. I got a little upset with the computer earlier. We got when I went with the top 5 NBA players, it came back and said the most recent information grab it had on that question was September 2021.
Oh, dude. Wow. They're way behind, dude.
So,
What the hell? I thought this thing was up to the minute.
listen, man, I'm only reporting the news. I didn't make the
All right,
program.
so I think Embiid's out. I'm going to put Moses in. I'm going to go with Moses.
Who are you kicking at? Hal Greer?
Yeah.
right.
I got Iverson, Wilt, Barkley, Doc, Moses.
Same.
All right. Well, you guys did fantastic. Number 5, Moses. Number 4, Charles. 3, Wilt. 2, AI. And number 1, Dr. J.
3, Wilt?
Yes.
ChatGPT's been drinking.
ChatGPT knows that he was playing against firemen and going up against construction workers.
Look at us, sports guys, nailing
it.
Well, it's telling you to remember that he spent a significant portion of his career with the Philadelphia / San Francisco Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers. So you're doing overall Philadelphia impact. Once again, you're such a city guy.
Yeah. Was Iverson one?
Iverson was 2.
And who was one?
Dr. J. The notable mentions that they give on this list, Billy Cunningham, Hal Greer, and Mo Cheeks.
Okay. All fans.
Strong 5.
All right, give us one more. Then we're going to take a call. Then I have this unlimited money question, and we have Ray's World, and then we'll finish out with some more Chat GPT. So what else we got?
I've got 2 Eagles ones.
All right, love it.
Do we want to go the quarterback route or we want to go the top 10? Okay.
Quarterback.
So I asked it simply.
Donovan.
Who's the greatest quarterback in Eagles history? Now I'm going to read you the transcript because it's important.
Okay.
The greatest quarterback in Philadelphia Eagles history is often debated among fans and experts. 2 quarterbacks stand out as the most prominent candidates. Do we have a guess for the 2 candidates?
McNabb and Randall.
McNabb and Jaws.
Boy, you guys are going to enjoy this. Donovan McNabb. McNabb is widely regarded as the most accomplished quarterback in Eagles history. Yada, yada, yada. All of his, accomplishments and such. Number 2, Nick Foles. While Foles may not have the longevity or overall statistical prowess of McNabb, his impact on the Eagles' history is significant.
Super Bowl.
It is
27-2 season.
He tied the NFL record for touchdowns
7
in a game
against the Raiders.
Should have gone for 8.
Ultimately, the choice between McNabb and Foles as the greatest Eagles quarterback comes down to personal preference and the weight placed on long-term success versus notable postseason achievements. So I responded, what is your personal preference between McNabb and Foles? As an AI language model, I don't have personal preferences or opinions. Now, why would you start that with I? I'm a little confused. I feel like I'm talking to the person,
Interesting, yeah.
something real here. My purpose is to provide information and assist users with their questions based on available data. The comparison between Don McNabb and Foles is subjective. Opinions differ. And I responded, have a take, you coward. And it said, if you...
And then it came out and choked you, the computer.
Yeah. That's why I walked away from the computer for a while there. If you insist on a subjective take, it's important to note that both Donovan McNabb and Nick Foles have unique accomplishments. And then it goes back to telling me that McNabb had the longer tenure, had records, was a dynamic player. And it says, on the other hand, Foles had the remarkable postseason run, getting them their first Super Bowl, and it still didn't give me a take.
Let's face it. Don McNabb, greatest quarterback, Eagles franchise history.
Yes.
I can say that because Anthony's not here right now.
Oh, he just drove off the road, if you heard that.
But if it was based off of personal preference, people would say Nick Foles. Because people also don't like McNabb anymore.
Yeah. It's
he is soured.
Him and Ryan Howard, to me, are like the two most underappreciated.
Yeah, but people like Ryan Howard. Like, people don't like McNabb.
Yeah. But because of that, they downplay his career. Like, he wasn't like a top 5 MVP guy for
He was awesome.
For like 3-4 years there.
He was awesome.
He was top of the league.
Like, he's the best
Threw
quarterback.
4 touchdowns on a broken ankle.
Yeah,
he was the man.
He was a great quarterback.
I didn't love some of the off-the-field stuff. I still cringe at the Dallas Cowboy.
The
banjo. And
obviously him and T.O. Like, there's issues with McNabb. But if we're just going on the field, Don McNabb, greatest quarterback Eagles franchise.
Yeah, I think that one's kind of
And Jalen Hurts could pass that.
Yeah, easily.
He's,
just win one.
Toward it. Yeah.
And play for 7 years here and probably had a good chance at it.
Let's go to Tim in Mount Laurel. Tim, you're on the Fanatic. What's up, Tim?
Hey, guys. Listen, I just wanted to say congratulations. You guys really got me as a listener. I'm a long time sports radio guy. And I can tell you, I did not change the channel when you guys were on. I just thoroughly enjoy listening to you. You're knowledgeable, respectful, just two guys with a lot of character. And, I think you guys got a great show, and I'm going to be disappointed that, you guys won't be moving on together.
Well, Tim, I appreciate the words, and I just hit send on your Venmo payment. That should be coming across now. Appreciate the words, though.
I will say we're going to do another week together in 2 weeks.
Yes. Different time slot, but we'll be here.
Yeah, we'll explain more coming up.
But as a consumer, just to the people listening, I'm not putting anybody else down, but you guys should be back in this time slot. You earned that. As far as I'm concerned, it wasn't a fill-in. This was an audition, and you hit a home run.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
Listen, thank you for the kind words, Tim.
Not trying to step on toes here.
Yeah, everybody. I think everybody here at the Fanatic's doing a tremendous job.
No, I know. That's what I said. I'm not knocking anybody out. I would have put Anthony Gargano with Bob Cooney. I think that would be a great combination. Put them on from 2 to 6, and then put Tyrone on the morning show.
Hey.
I think that would be a great lineup, man. You guys.
Tim from Mount Laurel's coming for your job.
Yeah, Chuck. Look out. Tim, thanks, man. We appreciate the call. Thanks for the kind words. And, we had a lot of fun.
It was great.
I'm back with Anthony on Monday. So,
Yeah, I was texting with him yesterday.
Yeah.
He is obsessed with the Italian culture and the way of life over there. He was just like, man, the rhythm of the day. He was going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know. It's so much better over there.
It is.
It is. It's so chill. But he's back on Monday, and he's, it's a great thing.
Yeah. And then you and I will be together again in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Filling in.
Yes.
I think
looking forward to it.
They're off. It's
they're taking off.
Yeah. So the best show ever is off the final week of July.
Yes.
So Jamie and I will be filling in 2 to 6, 2 weeks from now.
Looking forward to
it. So we'll be doing the NBC's Philly too, man.
Yeah. Can't pick my nose. Can't scratch.
Why not, dude?
I don't know.
That's what the people want to see.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. They want to see some nose picking on NBC Sports Philly.
Like you said, oh man, so I can't dress like a slob. I'm going to dress like a slob.
I rarely dress like a
I
slob.
got a polo on today.
Yeah, look at
I went
you.
team colors. I went Fanatic polo.
I got my
today.
Phillies polo on.
That's good work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm
Jamie
usually
and
a golf shirt guy. I love golf shirts. Like, I just find them comfortable.
They're comfortable. So Jamie and I back together in 2 weeks. And Ray's going to be producing. So
That's
Ray,
right.
Ray will be pulling double duty because you'll be working with Anthony that week, too. So.
Yes, Monday through Thursday that week.
So
10 to 6. You might be sick of me by the end of that one.
Nah. I can't get sick of you, Ray.
Maybe the Chat GPT bit will live on.
Yeah, maybe. Look, I'd bring it back.
I think it's kind of fun to see what the computer thinks. Stupid computer that's trying to kill us.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick before we get to Ray's World and back to Chat GPT, if you had unlimited money,
yes,
what's the first thing you'd add to your house? And the reason why I asked that is which one sent the Patrick Mahomes?
I did.
You did. So the beauty of this Netflix quarterback show, it's not just like their lives on the football field and at the team facility. It's their lives at home. And so it's great. Marcus Mariota, he's moving into, I don't know if he's in a house or an apartment because he's 1 year deal with the Falcons. So that's got to be tough for a football player who's signing contracts,
Probably
bouncing
an
around.
apartment, yeah.
Kirk Cousins has
a palatial mansion.
Not really. Beautiful yard. Like, dude, the yard's huge. There's a pond in it. Really cool fire pit. But the house
He's made bank.
Yeah, but it's like it's a bigger house than mine, but like it's not what Patrick Mahomes has. Now, Patrick Mahomes also has bank times 10.
Yeah, so Patrick Mahomes added, or I don't know if it's a new house or he just added to the house he was in. He added a 40-yard football field, artificial turf. Yeah. It's got the sweet pool area and big,
really cool.
And then he added a par 3 golf hole,
which is like so cool. And he's a really good golfer.
Yeah. I watched some of that match with him and
did you? I
Kelsey.
missed it this year.
Kelsey was surprisingly, and Travis Kelsey, not Jason.
Yeah.
Surprisingly pretty damn good. Klay Thompson stunk.
Oh, really?
Steph's nasty.
I saw a great tweet that I completely agreed with. This was great during the pandemic.
Yes.
I kind of don't need to watch it.
It didn't do a lot for me anymore.
Like, it was really cool. The Brady.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Brady? Was it
Brady and Rodgers,
and then there's two Tiger and Phil, right?
Yeah.
And that was really cool because there's the pandemic. Like, there was nothing to watch. It was live sports. You could bet on it, like all that kind of stuff. But I've kind of lost interest.
If I could add anything to my house currently,
like you're not buying a new house. You're just adding. Like Patrick Mahomes had the space to add a par 3.
That would be. All right, so there's a deck. My backyard's pretty big.
Yeah.
So I could theoretically, I could probably add like a 105-yard par 3 hole.
Okay.
So I saw one of these decks. A guy walks out on his deck, and he has a removable, the actual barrier.
Yeah.
So it's like a slide. It's like almost like a window that you can slide apart.
Yeah.
And it opens up basically like a driving range. So he's got like this artificial pad that he puts down, and he can turn his deck into a driving range where he shoots back to a par 3. I would love to do that.
That'd be awesome.
But my real dream besides is one of those sick outdoor kitchens.
Oh, yeah, dude.
With like the built-in grill and
Yeah.
ice chest and trash cans and utensil
Like a legit
drawers.
kitchen, right?
Yeah, like
You're
an
not just a
whole
grill.
other
Like,
kitchen
yeah.
on the outside.
That's really cool.
I've always wanted one of those.
I would try to build an addition to the house, but to add like a big home theater. But really, I don't watch movies and TV to play video games. Dude, I would love to just be like, playing Call of Duty with a gigantic, screen in front of me.
And if I couldn't do the outdoor golf thing, and then I'd want to add the golf simulator room.
Oh, in your basement or something?
Yeah, you have to like dig out the ground because you need the ceilings to be.
Yeah, but you have unlimited money, so.
Yeah, but I can do that with unlimited money.
Ray, what would you add?
To my current apartment?
To your apartment, yeah.
Yeah, my apartment. I just want an outdoor space. I went in
So
with
you would buy the neighbor's property to knock it down and put a nice yard there.
Or I would just buy out the people above me and go rooftop. Like I would like. That was like the one thing that I was really, really fighting for. It was I need something outdoor. I need a rooftop. I need I don't even care if it's a little square in my backyard. I just need to be able to go outside and not be.
My South Philly apartment didn't have any outside access, and
so tough.
I really missed having a grill.
Yeah,
I really missed that aspect.
And I had that in college. We had a backyard, so we had the grill. We had people over. We were able to entertain. And now, like my host, I feel like I haven't hosted anything in a while. I feel like I'm kind of slacking.
And you're like me. You like hosting.
I like hosting. I like having
great.
people
You're home.
over.
You're done.
Yes.
You clean up a little bit, but if you have good friends, they help clean up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
All right, Ray's World. What's today's question, Ray?
All right, today's question. Today, for the first time in my life, I'm going to Princeton.
Wow.
Yes,
okay.
I have never been.
Wow.
Which leads me to the question of...
That's why you're wearing your best shirt today.
Oh, yeah. I'm in my my Friday's finest right
if
here.
somebody sees Ray at the Princeton, buy that man a beer.
Please, actually. Rent's coming up again pretty soon.
Yeah.
But my question to you guys, underrated or places that you have thoroughly enjoyed go-to shore bars?
Oh, okay.
This is less about advice and more about, hey, where can I hang out and have fun?
The Whitebriar's pretty awesome. The Princeton and Whitebriar's a good 1-2 punch right there.
You're Wildwood, man. I love Dogtooth.
Oh, Dogtooth's awesome.
I
don't know Wildwood at all.
My in-laws used to have a house there, and I went to Dogtooth all the time. That place is really
so
cool.
great.
Told you about the cellar in Brigantine, 250 Rolling Rocks all day.
Right. Can't beat that.
No, down the shore, you can't beat that.
My favorite place down the shore, I don't even want to name because I don't want. It's not.
You don't want people to go.
Yeah, I really don't.
Wow, look at it. What he thinks he's got. He thinks,
I don't have that kind of power. But
endorsement. All of a sudden, there's a line.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I just think people don't really know that much about it.
Do you know of Mulligan's in Wildwood?
Oh yeah, love Mulligan's too.
Is a cash only establishment,
Ah,
and really only locals are there. And so I would kind of walk in looking like a shoobie, but you put the 20 on the table and you're good for good for some time.
If you're in Sea Isle, my most slept on there that I really like because there's air conditioning and it's not like shoulder to shoulder sweaty dudes rubbing up on you. Bracas and the 302s.
Oh.
You get a little.
Not been there. I'm a big CIO guy on Saturday.
Okay. And I saw a listener actually said hello to me on the beach last weekend or the weekend before whenever I was there. And he had the plastic so the 302 is 2 shots of 151 in a frozen drink. And he had the plastic cocktail bag. And I was like, dude, what are you drinking? And he's like, Bracas 302s. They sell them to go. And he had them down on the beach.
That's awesome.
And then Twisties and Strathmere is my absolute favorite shore bar.
He's got all
in the world.
spots for
He's got all the spots. I mean, I know.
Well, that's I don't go down to Wildwood and I don't go north up to Brigantine and all that. So my limited knowledge is kind of Summers Point, Strathmere.
By the way,
and
Sean on YouTube, the Princeton. He said, "What does the shore have to do with Princeton?"
Oh,
he's
sorry.
confused that we're giving beach beach bars.
Sorry,
Princeton.
I tried to talk
Princeton
clearly for 3
in
weeks.
Avalon. Barbara, by the way, who does not like me, is a big Dickie Dunn fan. She says Dickie Dunn rocks.
That's right.
She wants you to know that the Princeton, you'll have a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yes, she loves
That's
it
great.
there. A lot of great restaurants, but
I was waiting for what
the pizza place across the street.
Tough parking.
Yes, so
It's a busy area of town. Yeah.
I'm going to go see a friend in Avalon.
Here.
So
okay, so
I'm going down to Wildwood. If you all need my weekend plans, I don't know if you guys really do, but I'm going down to Wildwood. Okay,
Tell me.
Fine. I'm going to tell you.
We care about you, Ray.
Okay. I mean, you could care about me without caring about what I'm going to do in the next 36 hours. I'm going
I've been
down
with
to
you
Wildwood.
for the last 3 weeks, man.
I know. I figured you'd need a little break. This is a lot of time to spend with me. I'm going down to Wildwood, and then from Wildwood, going up to Avalon to a friend's place, and then we'll be hitting town.
Nice.
So,
okay.
Whitebriar and Princeton is strong.
Parking away from, I don't think they're right near the Princeton. I'll be honest. I was just kind of set on packing and getting myself down there.
Hey, look.
In the next
You have fun.
3
I'm going
hours.
to play Call of Duty and think that I'm the coolest guy in the
That's good for
in the
you.
face of the world.
I'll be
man.
back in your neck of the woods this evening, Manayunk.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I'm going
you're
to an event in
event,
Manayunk, which should
is
be pretty
really
cool.
Our man Vince from Philly Sports Trips doing some big things, which is
bit of
awesome.
a launch going on for him, and it's get back to my roots, go to Manayunk tonight, and then tomorrow I'll be at PJ Wellahan's in Downingtown from 6:30 to 8:30 with Coors Light and the Philadelphia Union,
That's
giving
cool.
out 2 sets of tickets, 6:30 to 8:30. Come hang out with me, and then I'll be broadcasting tomorrow, 12 to 3 at the Bet Parks Race and Sportsbook inside Chickies Malvern.
And then again, you and I back together again 2 weeks from now.
Yes,
2 to 6.
and I get to go back to Daddy Day. It's working again is great.
Yeah,
but you do once I was spending every day with the girls, you do kind of grow to miss them again.
Oh, yeah,
so I get next week off a little bit, and I'll be back with the girls, and then back with you.
And it's different. It's crazy, right? I'm learning how much different times of the day is different being a parent.
Yeah.
So I forgot that when I said yes to doing 2 to 6, it's an awesome opportunity for you and I forgot about home life. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. When does daycare close? So now we had to do a little extra work to try to figure out that Cooper's got coverage.
Yeah.
So, that changes things a little bit, but we're good.
Yeah. It's always a constant juggle.
All right. How many more Chat GPT questions do you have?
I had, I believe, 2 more here.
All right. Let's do them.
So we had the top 10 Eagles of all time.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Well,
is Foles on there? Let me just ask. Is Foles on this list?
Foles, despite being a part of the conversation,
top 2 quarterbacks all time, is not on there.
All right, I'm going to take number 1 and number 2 off the board. I think that's Reggie White and Brian Dawkins. I'm going to throw Donovan on the list.
I have Donovan. Oh, I wrote B-Dog twice.
I'm going to throw T.O. on the list because I don't think they weigh the longevity.
Oh, that's a good point.
So I got T.O. on.
Jason Kelsey,
I think is fair.
All-Pro.
Let's not forget the bodyguard.
Okay.
Jason Peters, he's Hall of Fame bound.
Should be in the Hall of Fame is Eric Allen on the list.
Ooh, I'm going to put him as a maybe for now until we see what else we got.
Continue to run through it. But then you got to do your, like Concrete Charlie.
Bednarik is definitely on there. Is Van Brocklin on there?
Yeah, Norm Van Brocklin's definitely got to be on there.
I would think he is. Is Jaws on there?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll put him on the maybe list with Eric Allen, even though I think Eric Allen should be on the list. Is Fletcher Cox on that list? He's probably Hall of Fame bound. Is Lane Johnson on that list? Because Lane now is, that's a long time.
Yeah, maybe.
So with Dawkins, Reggie, Donovan, T.O. Kelsey, that's 5. Jason Peters, Bednarik, Van Brocklin takes us to 8.
Steve Van Buren.
Van Buren. We got a Van Buren and a Van Brocklin. All right, I'll put him on the maybe. Is there anybody else that we're clearly missing?
Seth Joyner, maybe.
Seth, my new Twitter friend.
Is a Shady McCoy on there?
I don't think he makes it. I don't think a running back. Does Brian Westbrook make it? No.
Shady all-time leading rusher.
Yeah, I don't think the running back makes it.
No, I don't think so either. Oh, Harold Carmichael.
I think Carmichael's in.
He has to be.
Okay. So we agree with this list so far. Is Jason Peters definitely in? I think he should be.
He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, probably.
Is T.O. definitely in?
Yes, if it's the same thing as the Phillies.
Donovan, Kelsey, Peters, Bednarik, Van Brocklin, Carmichael. All right, so we have 1 spot left for possibly Van Buren, Seth Joyner, Lane Johnson, Fletcher Cox, Jaws, and Eric Allen.
Might as well just keep naming players.
Well, we have to pick one.
Give me that list again.
Eric Allen, Jaws, Cox, Lane, Van Buren, Joyner.
Eric Allen.
Eric Allen, you're putting in. All right, so our list is Dawkins, Reggie, Donovan, T.O., Kelsey, Peters, Bednarik, Van Brocklin, Carmichael, E.A.
Okay. Let's have some fun.
I don't like that.
I don't like Ray's tone over there.
All right,
Chat GPT, what do you got?
Chat GPT says, while opinions may vary, here is a list of 10 players who are widely regarded as some of the top Eagles of all time. At number 10, Norm Van Brocklin.
All right, you got him.
At number 9, Brian Westbrook.
Wow, okay.
All right, cool. I mean, I just didn't think running back was going to get the love, but we missed one. All right.
At number 8, that Pete Pijos.
Pijos.
Oh, get out of here, Pijos.
He's still like top 10 in receiving.
I know.
Which is actually terrible.
You know who else we forgot?
Zach Ertz.
Tommy McDonald.
Oh, and that's who's at number
Tommy
7. Tommy McDonald.
Damn!
Tommy and me.
Number 6.
Theaters near you.
Oh, God. This is... All right, go ahead, Chat GPT.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm getting worked up.
Number 6, Randall Cunningham.
What?
Cunningham?
All right.
All right. Number 5, Steve Van Buren.
Okay.
All right. He was on our maybe list.
I have Van Buren up high, man.
Yeah.
You
So far we've gotten one.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Pretty much. Number 4, Donovan McNabb.
All right. We got 2.
Number 3, Brian Dawkins.
All right. We got 3.
Number 2, Concrete Charlie.
All right.
We got 4.
And number 1, Reggie White.
All right. We got 5.
So if we knew that T.O. wasn't on it, we would have taken him off.
But we wouldn't have had Randall or Westbrook in.
Yeah, look, bad work by us.
I mean...
ChatGPT doesn't know all.
ChatGPT doesn't know ball. Because are you really going to take Pete Pijos over Harold Carmichael?
We got 2 minutes. Let's rapid fire this last one.
GPT,
all right, last one. I asked it, who are the 5 best sports fan bases? So it goes specific team fan bases.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Yeah, this was a kind of a big can of worms.
Everybody hates Philadelphia, so we're not on there.
No, we're not.
Yeah, it's
Yankees,
ridiculous.
Red Sox, Red Wings,
Lakers, Cowboys.
Yeah.
All right,
probably
your
it.
top 5. At number 5, the Chicago Cubs.
Damn it.
Number 4, Liverpool.
Oh, jeez.
on, man.
ChatGPT.
Cares about? I don't know what to tell you. Number 3, you did get the Red Sox in there. And then number 2, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And number 1, the Cheeseheads, the Green Bay Packers.
Hey, who really wants to go to
Who's running this computer
Wisconsin?
program?
You know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
Like, come on, man. All right, that'll do it.
P-host.
Like, come on. Dude, I can't believe that he's still up there.
Harold Carmichael would work P-host.
Oh, yeah, but Carmichael was not on it, right?
No.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm
screw
saying.
This computer,
Jason
man.
Kelsey?
Yeah, dude, this computer stinks. Well,
We're
then
bringing it
again,
back. We're definitely bringing
updated
it back.
2 years ago.
Well,
Last update. So Jason Kelsey.
I thought they were up to the minute. I thought that was the whole
That's
thing.
why humans are still smarter than computers. Damn
Until
it.
they kill us.
It was a lot of fun. Jamie, thanks for hanging out with me
Yeah,
the last
thanks
3
everybody
weeks.
that gave us a shot and listened and tuned in and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we appreciate all the kind words and all that kind of stuff. Anthony back on Monday, so I'll be with Anthony for 4 days, and then I'm actually off next Friday, so Ray will be filling in for me then, and then I'm back the following week, 2 to 6 with Jamie.
Yes.
Also with Ray. Ray will be with Anthony also that week, working double time, so we appreciate you doing that, Ray. You were a superhero here at the station, man.
Wow.
Utility guy.
Listen,
Super utility.
No, it's good. It's good. Everybody who has been on YouTube with us and social media and the phones, we appreciate it. You got the best show ever coming your way next.
I hope you're Whit Merrifield and not Scotty Jetpacks, Ray.
Oh, thanks.
Hey,
Appreciate
Scotty
that.
Jetpacks. Will we see him soon?
No, that was pretty much the death shot for him. They
When
called
Johan
up,
Rojas comes up?
No, they called up the other guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Drew Ellis. Yep.
Yeah. See you,
Everybody have
Scotty.
a great weekend, and we'll be back on Monday right here, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Back in action tonight. I'm Ray Dunn. This update brought to you by the Summer of Love Happy Hour at your local PJ Willahans. Fall in love all over again this summer at your local PJs with great happy hour specials every Monday through Friday from 4 to 6. You'll love PJ's food, drinks, and the people. The Phillies return from the